You got the answer?
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it. 74.
74. So obviously I don't remember that.
I was a young guy. I didn't know any better. I was only 6. I was just a boy.
You're just a kid.
I was just frolicking around.
74, they moved it to the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
So I was probably too busy having my young face fucked. I didn't know what was happening. I was too busy smelling tinkle in other people's underpants.
You having your face fucked at 6?
Yeah.
Good for you.
You bet I was.
Is that real?
Oh, yeah.
By who?
Just other kids in my neighborhood.
I love how you talk about it like it's normal.
That's horrible.
Like you have recollection that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to sexualize.
You're not supposed to
people
remember
at
that
age.
shit.
Well.
How do you remember it?
I don't know. I just do.
I mean, you were also blowing your friends under the
That's what I'm
porch.
talking about, yeah.
Oh, man. 6? Did we all do that?
Hell no.
Sure. I don't know.
It's easy to just say hell no, but how do you know?
I didn't face fuck anybody.
You don't know for sure.
I'm almost positive.
None of us know for sure.
You just ear fuck everybody on the radio show.
Yeah. You don't know for sure.
I didn't blow anybody when I was
Yeah, but
6.
some of that shit you block out.
I would have remembered that.
I'm here to say it didn't happen to me, but I hope I'm not blocking it out.
You can't be sure.
That's what I'm saying to you.
I'm pretty
I'm being
sure.
honest. I'm like, I have no recollection that ever happened, but they do say you block out shit.
How on this whole staff am I the only one who fondled penises when I was that young? It can't be. It's an impossibility. I believe you, or I'll believe you, but I don't believe all of you as a group.
Who do you think?
No, but I'm at least being honest. Going, did I block it out? Do you block this shit out?
Is most likely to have.
I don't know.
Eric, obviously, because of his size.
Yeah, A-Rock might have, because he might have thought they were yummy treats. He probably thought that was like the stuff that they make birthday cakes with. What's it called?
The frosting,
squeezer
thing.
He probably squeezed balls for like 5 years until he realized
Eric,
that was
did you
not
get
the
your
same
mouth
stuff.
fucked at 6 years old?
No.
Be truthful. Be truthful,
There's
Eric.
too much food in it.
Well, oh, see. He diffuses with food jokes.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
It's not as much fun.
Tube steaks.
Mars, you
maybe.
definitely got your mouth fucked at 6.
No, that's not true.
Why? Your nationality. It's all about that, isn't it?
Yeah, you did tell us about that.
No.
You were the one that told us about that and then said, hey, if you ever want me to babysit your kid. No, that ain't happening.
No, I've known of it. It has happened in my
To you.
No, not with me.
Did you do it to someone?
No.
You never molested a kid.
No, never molested a child.
Okay.
But it happens.
And no one's molested me.
Did it happen in your family?
It has happened in my family, yes.
And how do you guys handle that guy?
Well, he's dead, but not.
But how did you handle him when he was still alive, knowing that he did some of this shit?
They just yawned in front of him a lot.
You stay away from him, and everybody knows. to stay
Everyone
away from
just
him.
knew.
Just stay away from him.
He was the funny uncle.
He's the uncle you stay away from.
Yeah.
How was he related to you?
He that was an uncle.
But
There was an uncle and a cousin in the family that did that.
Two
shit.
people.
Two people.
and they were allowed to go to family functions after that?
No. I mean, they weren't allowed in my home, but we knew of it, and we were told of it, and we were aware of it.
Told to stay away.
Yeah, told to stay away.
They
But
did
this
it
is,
to
by the way,
people-
I'm not talking with adults. This
No,
is
I know.
me and other kids.
No, more, yeah.
They did it to people in the family, or
Yes.
like neighborhood kids.
Yes,
people,
in the family. It's the best way to go for them.
Why wouldn't you just kill him?
Well,
Did he get a beating?
I was too young, but my father, he was ready to fuck him up, but he would never allow a man to step in the home. So
Right.
I don't know what happened. I was too young to know what happened to the guy. You know, I just know that he died afterwards, not from anybody.
Right.
Blunt force trauma.
Yeah.
Maybe from AIDS. Or
He
something.
fell up the steps. The weird thing is, now again, I'm going to go back to this. How am I the only one, and as a kid, with as common as that is?
You think it's common?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not saying every kid.
You
I don't
think
mean
it's
that.
common that 6-year-olds are fooling around with each other's penises?
Well, it's common enough that I'm in a room, and Aunt's not here today, but say Anthony, you, Sam, Mars, Eric, Troy, Travis, Sal. 8 of you guys, I'm not even counting me.
Right.
Of 8 of you guys, none, and Kenny, 9, none of you fucking tugged on dicks when you were really young?
I don't have a memory of it.
I mean, just as like little,
I had no.
I'll give you that much. I don't have a memory of it.
I had no sexual activity at all until high school.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. It was
Oh, yeah.
very, very fucking frustrating.
The Samster knows how you feel.
Yeah, the Opster fucking didn't start growing until he was in 11th grade.
Yeah, but then you put up numbers.
I put up numbers in
Okay,
college. I
good.
certainly did.
Good.
Certainly.
When I was a little
time.
boy, I touched a little girl.
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, I know, but when that's,
I ain't trying to hear that.
Stop trying to be macho.
no, but I'm just saying.
Fuck pussy.
I touched your pussy. I'm a real man.
No,
I've been loving pussy since I was born,
Yo, yeah. Yo, that shit, I had dozen X on my tongue, yo.
I don't know. But you have strong memories.
It's very vivid.
Very vivid, I should have said. I said strong, but
no, but
vivid memories.
strong is good. Yeah, I mean that's accurate.
Man, I don't have memories of much when I was a child.
No. I mean, I got memories when I was a child, just not a penis touching.
Yeah, I don't have penis touching memories.
Yeah, I'm quite sure I didn't.
Maybe you didn't.
I got whipped at 4 for jacking off. At about 4.
Why would they whip you for doing that?
Where were you when you jacked off?
In the living room.
Oh, there you go.
In front of everybody.
Yeah, I knew no better.
It was a
pillow.
Super Bowl party.
Now Mars can't come unless he's being whipped on the floor with a fucking pillow between his knees, humping it.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't want to hit my kids or anything. Give them that fucking fetish.
Right.
I think as a parent, you're the one that gives your kids their fetishes indirectly, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
If you spank your daughter a lot, guess what? I think she might get into that when she gets older.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That whole pulling down the pants and smacking, that's bullshit.
Bizarre.
Yeah, there's some
I
weirdness
can't even
to that.
imagine doing that.
But even
I come from a generation where that happened,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine as a father, like, all right, I'm going to pull your pants now and spank you. Get the fuck out of here.
listen,
It's creepy.
I used to get my ass beat.
Yeah.
Beat. And I don't touch my kids, man. You don't do that shit. It's just wrong.
You got beat
Oh, fuck yeah.
badly?
Yeah. Yeah, I got beat badly.
My family was a lot of yelling, so I don't yell at my kids.
No, I got hit with extension cords, belts. Extension cords sucks.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Wow.
You were a bad kid.
No, she was a bad mother.
Oh.
You had a bad mom?
Yeah.
Where's she now?
She's in Newark, New Jersey. She's alive. I still deal with her.
Look, you're
Very
uncomfortable.
little. Yes,
to
I
this
am.
day, you're uncomfortable.
Why was she bad? She'd beat you a lot?
She did a lot of fucking things to me that I got.
Wait, do you have a relationship with her? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're uncomfortable because you're scared this might get back to her.
I don't give a fuck, but
No, you do.
it's
You
just-
do. I see it in your eyes.
What would she do
It is a
that?
little uncomfortable.
What would she do that was so bad?
Dude, she burned my hands
How?
with this spatula.
Why?
Dipped
On
in
purpose?
Because I stole
What'd you steal?
some papers.
Papers from what?
A ream of paper.
What's the ream? I don't know what a ream is.
A ream
From
of
her?
paper. No, from school.
Why would you steal paper from school? That's like the worst thing to steal.
It's a kid, stupid, you know.
Yeah, but what do you need paper for?
no reason, just to
Kids want to
It's just
avoid
fun
paper.
stealing.
just the act of stealing.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right, how old were you?
Maybe 9, I think.
She burned your hand at 9 for just silly shit
How
that
did
all
she do
kids
it?
She
do?
did it. The way she did it too, man. She got me really good. She was acting like she was frying some eggs. She had me sit next to her on the stove, by the stove, and she told me to put my hands out for a second. I had no idea this was coming. No idea. So I put my hands out, and she takes it. The spatula was already in the oil in the frying pan, and she took it straight from the frying pan and slapped my hand. I moved one hand, left the other one there. She got the other one.
Oh.
Burned both hands
Badly?
badly.
9? I'm fucking so mad right
Yeah,
now.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't even know her.
Let me tell you.
I barely know you.
I went to school.
Not by his choice.
I know. He might do some things for me though soon.
Yeah?
Yeah, he might help out with my TVs and shit.
And TV time is so much different nowadays because I went to school and no one really.
You had marks on your hands?
Yeah, I had bandages and stuff, and no one really got
Did
into
you
the
keep
story.
the spatula down on your hands or just kind of slapped it?
just slapped it.
But that's the damage. Oh, because the oil was on it.
Yeah.
So that oil was what
Also,
was
the
burning
oil would
you.
stay on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
stayed on it.
If she takes the
Ugh.
spatula out of the hot oil, it's the oil that's really burning.
Right.
you.
Yeah.
That's what it
And,
was.
and what did she say? Was it like, this is for stealing?
Jimmy, to be honest with you, I don't remember,
Oh.
man. I don't. I just remember the action and how much I can't stand.
So you hate her. Now, what else? Did your family, the rest of them react to that or no?
Do you get all freaky when people are flying?
Yes.
Do you like fried food?
Wait, no. I hate fried food, and yes, they reacted, and they,
Sorry.
they told her, that it's not right, shouldn't be doing this, but no one really stepped up to the plate and, did anything else.
Was she mentally ill?
No, she's got some issues, though. She's got to have some
She's
issues.
nasty?
She's a nasty individual, yeah.
Who does she live with?
with her husband.
Your dad?
No, stepfather.
Of course not. You're Puerto Rican. I forgot. You guys go through a few, right?
Yeah, but I've been through some.
Wait,
shit
your
with her.
stepdad, was he nice to you?
Oh, he's a fucking saint.
Yeah, that's
The
usually the
fucking
case,
dude's a
right?
saint.
Usually
Really?
the case. You get one whacked out fucking parent and the other one's the saint.
Yes, yeah, she did a lot of shit too.
You really can't stand her.
So you
I have my moments.
so you tolerate her? Does she come to your house? Do you do holidays with her still?
Yeah, she came about 2 weeks ago.
And what, do you get all like all fucked up when she comes into your house?
No, I try to. I forget about all that shit.
Now I know why you're like a MMA training guy,
But
right?
Yeah.
But when she starts with her ignorant shit, because you know a lot of these people are ignorant, then I get it.
What's her ignorant? What does she do that's ignorant?
Like if I invite you at 2, you wind up coming at the house at 3, and then act like it's no big deal. If I invite you and say, "Hey, how many of you guys coming? I need a number just so I could prepare." Yeah. She thinks it's probably a little too white of me, and doesn't matter how many people I bring. So then now, let's say I have a kids party.
Mars has OCD because he got hit in the hands with hot oil. That's OCD shit. Who gives a fuck?
Probably.
But you also want to know that it also
Well,
when you're
but
hosting, you want to know.
Yeah, but how many people she's bringing instead of 2? She's bringing 3, and that bothers
okay,
you, or
no,
is it she bringing the whole fucking neighborhood?
Well, check it out. We're creating a nice birthday party for the kids.
Does she ruin it?
And we want to go ahead and give goodie bags to all the kids. You know, we're very good like that.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I ask you, how many kids are you bringing? None. Okay, kids come. Now I have 2 kids with no goodie bags. Now I have to, I don't want the kids feeling all.
You got to
fucked
make a
up.
few extra goodie bags. though.
Yeah, so we do, but it'd be better if she were to tell me in advance. There's a lot.
I
of
am
shit.
so on your side. I'm just fucking around with you.
Because you're planning.
Does she ruin? Does she ruin the birthday party and the
No, she
holidays?
ruined my fucking wedding.
How'd she ruin your wedding?
She came an hour late.
To your wedding?
Yeah.
Was she in the wedding party or no?
No, but just we're waiting on her.
Because you're not going to start the ceremony.
Look at him biting his.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
getting
but that's
pissed now.
Look at him.
that's self obsession. She's a narcissist, probably.
She tries. She makes it about
narcissist.
herself, right?
all the time.
That's what my
All the
mom
time.
did my entire life.
She comes to the fucking house, and we'll sit there, and she'll start asking me where are the Spanish channels on the fucking cable. So then I got to go and find the Spanish channels so she could watch her fucking telenovelas. While she's in my house, she hasn't been around for. Bro, you have no idea.
Holy fuck!
You
You,
have no
you
idea.
guys have no idea what's going on
Dude,
right now.
you have no
He's all
idea.
dry mouthed. Jimmy just gave him water. His eyes have changed.
Well, she's obviously a narcissist. He grew up with a narcissist who is fucking abusive, and it's
How many kids did she have?
2.
You and who?
My sister.
Does your sister get along?
Yeah, she's the favorite. I'm the scumbag. I'm the scumbag.
Who's
'cause
older?
I went to college. I made
You're
good
the-
money.
You're the
thinks you're white.
scumbag
I'm the
because
scumbag.
you were stealing
I'm
your
thinks
whole
you
life.
whitened up.
I married white. All my kids are white, so I'm a scumbag.
Oh, she's one of those.
I'm a scumbag.
You should have married Spanish, right?
I don't know. I don't let her get. I don't let her get that out. Get it out. I right away tell her that there's no way that I would ever marry a Hispanic woman.
Why?
We've been through this before.
well, the reason is obviously because of her. He hates her, so he doesn't want to marry someone who's like his mama, which is probably normal.
Probably because she turned to shit after the 2 kids. Her body turned into a disaster zone. So I was like, I don't want a woman like that doesn't take care of herself after having kids. And now my wife takes great care of herself.
But it's also because she was nasty to you,
Mars
too.
is really fucked up right now.
Yeah, he's crazy.
I wasn't expecting
What else did she
this.
do to you?
She made me kneel on a. We have this, pasteles.
No.
Okay,
Speak
pasteles
English.
is a
There's
dish.
got to be an English word for that.
They wrap it in plantain leaves, and it's plantains blended together with meat in it, and it's over the Christmas. It's a big dish. Well, that thing back in the day, because we didn't have food processors back in the day, the grater, grate like this.
I was thinking the cheese grater?
Yeah, cheese grater, I guess, is about yo high.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, hi, you're showing
Yeah, I'm
something
sorry,
that
about-
is
about 8
10
inches or
10
foot,
inches
yeah.
off the
Yeah,
table.
10 inches, and that cunt made me kneel on that shit.
She made you kneel on it?
Yes.
For what?
I don't know, man.
Oh, you just were
whatever
being
you say
punished?
for what? I don't know. I just know that, yeah, she made me kneel on that shit for a long time. It seemed long to me. It's hard to put your 2 knees with all your weight on that shit.
And that was your punishment?
Yeah, and I would cheat. I would take one leg off, and she would come and smack me, and I have to put
What a
the
sick
fucking-
fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know, I got yelled at a lot. Mine shit was more like
I'll tell you about the MMA.
emotional shit, but
Bullshit.
I didn't get shit like that. I don't think.
gonna tell
Unless
you-
I'm blocking that out.
I'll tell you about the MMA
Look at your
shit.
eyes. You all right?
Yeah, I'm getting a little up there. But the MMA shit, I'll tell you, one day she caught me after school. and it was just her and I. And this woman actually put her hands up and said, "We're gonna fight. I'm gonna fuck you up."
She said that to you.
I'm serious.
How old were
I'm
you?
not bullshit. I maybe this is 12.
This is exhausting.
Oh my god,
Dude, you have no, whatever the fuck I
We're
did.
gonna fight.
I'm serious, Opie.
Can you imagine going home to that type of unpredictability?
Well,
Well, I guess you probably could.
I'm not gonna make it about. I could so make this about myself. I won't. We'll do it another day. Yes, I can imagine Sam is the answer, but it was different in my house. Go ahead. So she goes, "We're gonna
pissed.
fight."
Yeah, she's pissed. Whatever the fuck I did.
Right.
She puts up her hands and says, "We're gonna fight." And I said, "What are you doing? You're my mother." She says, "No, I'm gonna fuck you up. You better block."
Why did you want to fuck you up?
I don't know.
Was she a drunk?
No.
But you have to know.
No drugs. No drugs at all.
And no drinking.
And that's why I think drugs are great.
Oh.
People like her, fucking no drugs. Give me a break. She
You're a
needs
drug
something.
addict?
Huh? I smoke my weed.
Drug addict.
No.
And you'd love to get her to smoke some weed and fucking relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Or take something that's fucking
something.
for being bipolar or
Yes.
whatever it is.
Wait a minute. So hold on though, man. You got to know why she wanted to fight you.
That day?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been so many altercations with her. I have no idea.
But what do you think it was about? Some dumb little stupid thing?
Yeah, misbehaving.
Were you a bad kid growing up?
No.
I mean, the
I
9-year-old
was-
stealing the paper, that seems like more normal.
That's all I did.
I'm just
Shit
growing
like
up
that.
shit.
That's it. Simple things like that.
All right, that's why I'm trying to like establish something here.
The
You
wor-
weren't a bad kid. You weren't like fucking
No.
dealing drugs,
No.
none of that shit. You pretty much listened to what she told you to do.
Exactly.
Okay, because I get that feeling that you were that type of kid.
You know, the worst.
Which makes this shit worse, by the way. That's why I'm establishing it.
just a little fist fights with my friends, perhaps. You know, little stealing here and there. Nothing really bad. Nothing. No, smoking came later, not during this time. So anyhow, she starts swinging on me, and she knocks me down. And you remember back in the day, guys, back when you were growing up, we had these big stereo systems with the 2 speakers on the side,
Sure.
the record player in the middle,
Sure,
the radio, and the TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't go WWE on you, did she?
Dude, when she knocks me down, I go underneath the stereo system, and I
Right.
had a little ledge. So my head goes in sideways,
Right.
but she mounts me. So I turn. My head is facing directly upward.
Yeah.
So now my head is stuck.
Right.
You're crammed under there.
Yes. And this bitch is fucking me up. She's punching me and looking at me with her eyes going, huh? Huh?
Where
Huh?
was she
Can
punching
go
you?
in the face. What the fuck?
God damn.
Yep.
So she was an abusive, shitty narcissist.
You're never coming to my house.
Why? No,
Yeah.
That shit's
but
gonna come out, man.
That's bullshit because now with my
joking.
kids, I am the best thing there is, man. Let me tell you, I love my children. I would never ever. I would tug, like I perhaps smacked them in the back of the head one time, but nothing.
You
dude,
wouldn't challenge them to a
nothing.
fist fight?
Dude, a knife fight, maybe,
We're
but not
gonna
a fist fight.
I can't
Yo,
imagine coming home and
she
having
said
to
we're
put your
gonna
dukes
fight.
up. And she squares off and let's go. That's why you do MMA shit. It's so obvious.
Why do you deal with her at all at this point? Like, why not just like I don't understand why you deal with your mom. Like, you're an adult.
you're
Like,
right.
you cut her out.
No, Jim, you're
fuck
right.
her.
Yeah, I barely
try
deal
my
with mine
best.
because I can't deal with.
Cut her. There's one way
Yeah.
to handle that. It is to cut them
I know.
out like a cancer.
But then you got a decent wife that wants to have the grandparents involved in the life, and you try, and I'm trying.
How does she treat your children?
Now my wife is getting the idea. Now,
really?
Yeah. Now she's beginning to realize.
Is
She's
she
like,
still a twat, your mom, when she comes over? Or is it?
yeah, but
'cause
now she's into the church. She's like going to church every day, and now she's
You
thinking.
think she has some guilt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did she ever acknowledge the things that she did?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
they rarely do.
yeah.
They rarely do.
She go, oh, I didn't
They
know
could
any.
reason. They could give you some reasoning for anything they've done.
It was the time.
Let me tell you something else. Down by Wall
Wait,
Street.
wait. Was there like a man in the house?
Yes, my father.
Your
He
blood.
would never put his hands on me.
Your father?
Yes.
And I bet you he just allowed her to just
Yes.
wreak havoc, right?
Yes.
Better you
What
than
do you
him.
think that's about?
He said that if he were to put his hands on me, he would kill me because he was a bodybuilder.
No, but
and shit.
why did he allow your mom to do that shit? Because I wonder that
I guess he
myself.
was probably either fucking around. I don't know.
He didn't care.
He didn't care.
But he pretty
That
much-
wasn't unusual back then.
He
It
pretty
really
much
wasn't.
looked the other way though when your mom's like, "We're gonna fight." Like,
Yeah,
was he in the house when he?
No. That particular incident, the hand burning incident, all those really serious incidents, no one else was in the house.
Her sadistic stuff she was alone with you
Yes.
for. So he was usually out when she would do that. What was the other thing she did?
We were at I said Wall Street. My bad. It was 1 Center Street. We were going to court for some reason. I forget what it was. Right, and it's fucking bitter cold. I'm talking about what it was a couple of days ago. Cold.
Right.
We're outside, and I'm telling, it's freezing, and she looks at me, and I don't know what I said or what I did. Yeah, those things I can't recall. It must have been something not so good. But she tells me, if you cut your eyes at me once more, I'm going to smack you in this cold. I guess I cut my eyes, man. Because that fucking bitch hit me so hard. And let me tell you, when your face is freezing cold, yeah. I will remember that for the rest of my life, man.
That's getting hit in ice cold is the fucking worst.
Yes.
You got tears in your eyes, man.
It fucking bothers a little bit.
No, that's all right.
It's not easy.
Like that, what I put up with when I was a kid, and now that I'm a father, that's when it kills you. Like you look at your kids and go, I can't even imagine like doing any of this shit to my kids, right?
Yeah, and I'm sorry to say, a lot of this Latino bullshit's got, like, for example, today I saw a fucking video of a fucking kid getting tattooed.
Right.
A mother's actually having a tattoo artist put a tattoo on a fucking baby.
How old?
I don't know.
3? How old's the baby?
Less than 2.
Less than 2?
Oh, no.
What kind of tattoo?
World Star? World Star, yeah.
What kind of tattoo?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I was so angry.
Thug
man.
life?
And it's going to be stupid because he's going to grow up and the fucking tattoo's going to stretch.
Right.
Is that something that's happening in the community?
I don't know. Go down.
It's something that means something to the mother that will mean nothing to the baby.
Right.
It's just, again, more self-centeredness by a parent. Mars, did you ever ask her what it was like? Did you know her father or her parents?
Yes, I knew her father. He was a barber. He was pretty rough with them.
So she kind of got beat up too?
So, yeah, the cycle continues.
Yeah, he used to beat her up. Beat all of them up.
So you're breaking the cycle?
Oh, absolutely. Being broken.
Is this real?
This is real.
What the fuck? Is this World Star Hip Hop, yo?
Yeah.
Yo!
Let's see this shit.
World Star!
What is this cunt getting tattooed on the baby?
And why would a tattoo artist accept this? He needs business this bad? Is that reggaeton in the background? Reggaeton.
How traumatic.
Why is this happening?
What a fucking cunt.
She's holding the kid down.
How awful. Just so she can show her kid off.
This shit bothers me so fucking much.
What a terrible fucking cunt of a woman.
Before I had kids, it wouldn't bother me as much. Fuck. What's wrong with people? The fuck is wrong with people? What kind of tattoo is this?
It'll mean something to her. Like this self-centered bitch, it means something to her.
What's the description on this video?
Nothing.
Why the fuck would you do that to your kid?
There's no explanation for that. I don't give a shit what it is, what culture you're in. You don't do that shit to a child. He
has no concept. That's just a completely traumatic experience.
It's all about her. It's all about her and what she wants so she can show him off, so she can talk about it. It's just
what the
idiocy.
Fuck is that about? Does anyone know?
No
Is that
clue.
Something that's now going on?
No, definitely not.
It's probably been happening forever, though. Like when you look at tribes, you look at tribes and the way kids are tattooed or whatever. I'm sure that's common, but not in modern day living. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's not like a trend.
Right? No.
Oh my god. We're going back to Jimmy for a second because we got a psychologist on the line. Dr. J in Philly, go ahead.
Hey, boys. Hey, I wanted to go back to what Jimmy said about the sexual repression in children.
Yeah.
It actually happens to about 1 in 4 children.
1 in 4 children get what?
That do homosexual behavior, but it's not really classified as homosexual behavior at that time because it's more of kids are exploring themselves, so you can't really classify their sexual orientation just by that.
So 1 out of 4 kids, what age, are messing around a little bit?
it ranges anywhere from 3 till just about 10. Anywhere beyond that, you start getting into like more sex.
You're a nervous
Any-
Nelly, huh? You're a nervous fucking Nelly. Take a breath. You're the doctor.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor. Let's go. Let's do this. Stop being
It's the
nervous.
first time I ever talked to you guys.
You're panicking. You're panicking. Take a breath. We can do this. I'm going to get you through this. So I'll help you out. Between 3 and 10, little boys or little boys and girls?
It ranges in sex.
All right, so a lot of kids between the ages of 3 and 10 are experimenting with some shit, and it's relatively normal? They consider it normal?
At that age, yes. When you get more into your early teens and whatnot, it becomes you may have been sexually molested, and then we start asking questions into family background at that point.
Right. Okay. But you're usually not concerned if a 3 to 10-year-old is fooling around a little bit.
No, I wouldn't take too much of a concern to it. I mean, yeah, if they're starting to actually get sexually active at that point, yeah, it may become an issue, but
Right.
I just didn't believe that I was the only one in this fucking room. Well, maybe the room, but in this group.
Well, he's saying 1 out of 4 between the ages of 3 and 10.
Yeah, the odds are statistically
I fooled
sure.
around with some things. All right, Dr.
Jimmy,
J.
you were great in Philly. Thanks.
Thank you, buddy. I still want to know why Mars doesn't cut his mother out of his life.
Like I said, I
It's
tried.
tough because you realize in the end it's your mom, so
Well-
it's a weird thing.
No, I could easily cut people off. Trust me. It's
No,
just
you can't because she's still in your life. You've only given us 3 things that are horrific. I'm sure there's others.
It's really because of my
She
wife.
squares off and says, "Let's fight."
My wife is the very decent individual that wants grandma
She
to
just
be
wants
part
everyone
of,
to get
Yeah.
along.
And she doesn't understand
I
this.
tell my wife the same stuff. I'm like, "Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Our kids have 2 great
That's what I
grandparents in
say.
Philly. Don't worry about making this work because it's not going to work, and I'm cool with it."
I make it better. I tell her you don't want that fucking element in your life,
Right.
In your kid's life growing
Right.
up. You know,
Your wife's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand fully.
There's one way to do it. That is to cut them
No,
out
you're absolutely right.
completely.
You're absolutely
and
right.
and the wives don't understand. You got to tell them you don't get it. I'm not going to hurt the kid because you don't get it.
Yeah, I grew up with one grandma, and she was beyond amazing. And I had another, quote, grandma alive that we never saw, which we've talked about a lot on this show. But I had one amazing grandma. That's all I know, and I'm totally fine with
That's
that.
all you need.
I'm completely fine with that. She was amazing. She made up for everything else as far as grandparents go. Yeah.
What happened to your real dad, by the way?
oh, I don't know. They broke up, and I haven't heard from him for years now.
What year did he leave? Like how old were you? Like 10 or 11?
I was about 19, 20.
Oh, you were an adult. Okay.
I was already.
I got this whole thing figured out.
Okay.
Your mom hated your
Oh,
father,
she couldn't stand him.
and
Yeah,
you looked like your father.
absolutely mirror image.
That's
I'm a mirror.
that happens
image
a
of him.
lot.
And then
You
she
look
also-
like your father, who she fucking hated for whatever reason. He was cheating or doing whatever. He did her wrong in her fucking stupid mind, and you look just like the dude. So she took it out on you because she really wanted to take it out on him.
And I also have a little bit of his attitude, so
Right.
that doesn't help.
So he just disappeared?
He probably got fed up. They got divorced, clean. You know,
But why wouldn't he keep in touch with you?
he's an asshole. He's another
Oh,
asshole.
you don't like him?
No, he's an asshole. Another one. I had 2 assholes rearing me, bringing me up.
But he just didn't hit you.
no, he didn't hit me. He was just,
But he was done with you at 19?
dude. I don't remember getting a hug and a kiss from my father. And I don't want to make this a hoo, but I've never kissed my father.
Zero affection.
Zero affection, bro. Or a hug. Do you know how much I hug and kiss my boy, man?
Did you want to kiss him on the lips?
No.
Little he did.
He did, right?
You could tell.
A little bit.
No. But see, you don't do that shit, man.
You want a hug?
Just to see how it
No,
felt.
not from you.
I didn't say from me.
Well,
I was going to find someone to hug you.
you
I-
implied it.
No, I don't want to hug you.
Your
But
mother
I'd
hug
find
you?
you a hug.
Your mother hug you or no?
Rarely, coldly.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. My parents were fucked up. They didn't take drugs, the sons of bitches. I can't say they were lacking in going. They were going to work. They were on time. They were there every day. One was a bodybuilder. They kept me in Catholic school.
Who was a
They took care-
bodybuilder?
My father.
Oh, so he was on the steroids.
Probably. He was a pretty big guy. So, they, you know.
That's just
I don't know. Probably. I don't give a fuck.
Did he hit her?
I saw that happen. You don't know. I don't know if it was a hit, but I saw that when I was a little kid. She was crying on the floor and screaming and crying, and he left. And I don't know what that was about. Perhaps it was a hit. I don't know. But never, ever after that. I was real little. He would never do things like that. He would say he was too big, too strong to put his hands on us.
Right.
So he wouldn't.
Were your parents young when they had you?
I think so. Yeah. Relatively young. 20s.
Oh, that's not too young.
Well, early 20s, you know.
Yeah, that was more commonplace.
Yeah.
For a man of your age.
I'm like not feeling right now.
Well, it's weird to talk about stuff.
Because it's coming out.
Don't you ever wonder what happened to him?
Not really, because dude, there was a lot that I miss from a father. A lot. You know, I mean, just I don't know. I don't know. You know, like you teach a kid, like he would teach. He taught me not to get into fights. Meanwhile, here comes Bully and fucking cracks me in the eye, and I come home with a fucking black eye. Oh, you're gonna start martial arts school tomorrow? Why? Why couldn't you start from the beginning? You know, with your son. Anybody, you know, puts his hands on you. You know, things like that. Like my son.
He didn't give you any lessons.
No lessons in life. You know,
Right.
Nothing like that.
And he didn't protect you from the fucking bully,
No.
your mother.
Wow,
He did come through one time with a bully, but that's another
What
story.
did he do?
When I was getting 16, 17, I got jumped. And
you grew up in a bad neighborhood?
Washington Heights.
That's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Not as bad as, you know. I don't know.
There's worse places. But,
Yes.
Yeah.
But Washington Heights, you could find a lot of things. You know, so anyhow, so this guy beats me up along with his buddies, and Jose was his name. Fuck him. We don't know his last name, but fuck him. He's a dirtbag anyway. And I went back home, eye bloodied up. I was broken arm, and my father.
Wait, you had a broken arm?
Yeah, it was that the broken arm was from hitting him. I didn't hit right. I hit him in the top of the head. I busted my.
Like Anthony when he hit Boomer Esiason when he was a kid.
You broke one of your bones in your wrist?
So then when I went home, I told my father, and he got pretty pissed, and he heard of Jose and where he hung out, and he went over there, you know, and scared the shit out of all of them. They all saw this big guy coming, ready to fuck him up. That was about it, you know.
So they never bothered you again?
No. I tried getting mine back, but he went to jail.
Oh, okay.
For what?
Who the fuck knows? He was a dust head, you know, PCP.
Jesus, Mars.
What?
Fuck.
So your mom lives in Jersey now. So so she's still close, unfortunately.
Yeah, 20 minutes away. That's too long. That's too much for her to drive.
Do you have to pick her up? Or do people come?
No, that won't happen. That won't happen.
Oh, she tells you.
Yeah.
She has no interest in your grandkids, I would assume.
No, man. My little girl, Olivia, she's always asking for her, and this fucking bitch.
See, that's why,
This
you know
fucking
what?
Bitch.
It's better they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's
My
what
kids
I'm,
won't
thank
know,
you.
and so they won't
Please.
be asking.
Yes, honey,
You want me
listen.
to? I can talk to your
Listen.
wife. I know I can.
There's no need for that bitch to be in my life, man, or in my kid's life, you know?
And then the kids are asking because they don't know all this shit.
Look, let me give you another insight, right? They're still like, you know, back in the day type of shit. They don't make that much money. So they live in an apartment. So this woman, oh, she's gonna hate when I say this. This woman, right? She's
Your mom?
She's so fucking lazy that she won't go to the bathroom. So she has one of those spittoons, those white
Spackle buckets?
Almost like a bedpan.
Yeah, bedpan, but
Yeah.
you know, it's got that white covering to put in. You know what I mean? It's white and blue.
Is it made for peeing in?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Okay.
So she'd rather piss in there than go 20 feet to the bathroom. Okay, that's your business. I don't give a shit. That's your
No,
life.
you can't even downplay it. That's fucking weird.
It is weird. But
How long has she been
but
doing
I'm going-
that?
I'm going to all her life. All her life. So, okay, so that's her business.
She'd rather wait a minute. She'd rather pee in, like, let's just call it a bedpan type of thing
Yeah.
instead of go to the bathroom.
In the middle of the night.
Would she do it in front of people?
No,
Oh, in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, in the middle of the night. This is for when she sleeps. I'm sorry.
Is she fat?
No.
Is she really lazy, or do you think that was when
Really
her father
lazy.
would get a hold of her when she'd go to the bathroom when she was a kid, so she learned to fucking just piss in her room?
I never analyzed that. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
based
give a
on
fuck.
something. Jimmy's right. That's just too weird.
So in the middle of the night, she won't go to the bathroom. She'd rather do that there in that bedpan, whatever.
Does
the
she
fuck
get out
it
of
is.
bed to do this?
Yes, of course.
So if you're getting out
I
of bed,
think-
why wouldn't you go to the bathroom?
I don't know. Anyhow, so my point is this. I tell my wife, I explained that to her, and I says, do you really want your kids to go and see that shit in the morning? Because she has to transport that pee and piss and whatever to the bathroom. Do you really think you want your fucking kids to see that shit? Well, I don't. So they never stay there. You know?
Yeah, that's gross.
That's type of shit.
If they stayed there, who else stays there with her?
Her husband. What do you mean if they stay there? If like they stay for an overnight.
Yeah, but you're not there?
Oh, no, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It
Why would you
doesn't
do
happen.
that?
Doesn't
The
happen.
kids don't go there without you, right?
No.
Yeah,
So
no.
why did the husband tolerate it, you think?
She probably gives up some good shit. That's why.
He used to have an outhouse too back when he grew up, so he's probably used to that kind of shit, you know?
Right.
But her nastiness, I don't know why he puts up with it.
She dirty?
Nah, she's very clean. She's very clean.
Except for the pee all over the place.
Kisses
She
all
is
over
very
herself
clean.
in the
though.
bedroom.
Yeah, fucking peeing herself instead of going to the bathroom.
It's just fucking ridiculous. I can't believe I'm talking about this, honey.
I get some shit out of people.
She probably doesn't listen to the show. I doubt
She can't fucking even speak English.
She doesn't speak English?
All these years.
She's lazy.
Lazy.
Not gonna learn.
Lives in her community where they all speak Spanish, signs of Spanish, you know, the fucking TV Spanish, so she doesn't need to speak English.
She thinks you're a little sellout for marrying a white girl and for fucking whitening up your life.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
Nah, you're the-
I went to college. I make good money. You know, I live in a very nice neighborhood. You know, that's another thing. I invite, okay.
Whoa, slow down, Mars. Turning
Preach
it
on,
into
brother.
the Mars show. All right, go ahead.
You know, I invite them over to come over to the neighborhood, like to do trick or treating. You know, Halloween and shit. You
Yeah.
know, it's too much for them. It's the way they act. It's not too much for them because they drive over. It's too much for them to deal with people of our caliber,
Who's them?
Whites.
whites. And,
No. You said it's
You live in
too
a white
much for
neighborhood?
them.
Mars, you live
Both
in a
of
white
them?
neighborhood?
Oh no, my sister.
Oh, your sister's on your mom's side?
A little bit, just a little bit. She's trying to get away from that because I live in a white neighborhood.
You think they're jealous? That you have this
Perhaps.
nice life and they have to go back? It's like sometimes you don't want to go somewhere nice, then it's a relative comparison to what
Okay,
you have.
okay, I agree with that. If that is the case, then if you have a niece or a nephew or a grandchild, then I tell you, bring her over so she can, you know, grow up with my kids and hang out in this area. But just get a little out of that Newark shit. No. They make up excuses and all that. So I'm like, okay, that little kid is gonna grow up to be. It's you know, a luck of the draw.
Just a shitty group.
It is. It is.
Cares. You got a good family, it sounds like.
I know, but
gives
then
a fuck about everyone else.
Yeah, but you got a little baby girl there that could use some help, you know, and I see it, you know.
Wait, who's baby girl?
My sister's.
Oh, you're worried about her
I
kids.
would like, bring them over.
Bring her over. Show her the white world. Show her where the rich people live.
The beautiful white world.
Does your sister live in poverty?
No, Newark. No. They live okay, but it's in Newark.
It's the neighborhood stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, so and you, I hear you. So you wish a little better for your niece.
Yeah, this is the type of place like you don't see this where you live, obviously, but where pit bulls with their masters are roaming the streets, but with no leash, and you got a fucking 2-year-old running around.
What's that like? Is that like a ghetto statement? Like I can control this dog without it being on a leash, like a dominance?
So. I think so. It's ridiculous. No one curbs their dog. No one cleans up after their dog. You know, that type of stuff.
But your sister's fine living like that?
She's got no choice, I guess.
She a single mom?
No.
What does the father do?
He works. He does work.
That's fucking interesting, man.
It really is.
Very interesting.
The best part is we're gonna fight.
That's crazy.
There's enough shit to deal with as a 12-year-old. You're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and now you got to go home and square up with your own mom.
I can remember, like, trying to avoid bullies
Right.
and being like, oh, I can't wait to just get home, and then I'm safe until tomorrow.
Right.
I can't imagine like.
But you were brought up in a relatively good neighborhood, man. What bullies were fucking
It's
with
school.
you?
Everybody,
Just
everybody
school
fucks with
shit.
people at school. Yeah. So you get home and you're like, okay, I'm in these four walls. Everything is cool because I'm at home. And you get home, and when you get home is when this woman is saying,
Oh my God!
Yo, we're gonna fight. Put your.
I love hearing from like guys like Sam that have no idea.
Yeah.
He had like a really like good upbringing in his house. My house was the wild wild west. It was way safer to be out of that house. Are you kidding me?
Me too. I used to be
I
the
feared
one.
when that sun started going down. I'm like, ah, fuck.
And maybe this was a product of that.
Yeah.
But I was doing more of the bullying and being mischievous at school and starting fights and things like that. I wasn't. When I used the term bully before, when I got hit in the eye, that wasn't really a bullying. He tried, and I stepped to him like, fuck you. He was a lot bigger than me, but got my ass kicked. But it wasn't really a bullying action. Like, no one really bullied me. You know? I had this bitch at home.
Right, 'cause you-
Ain't nobody bullying me.
Yeah, I'm gonna take abuse at home. There's no fucking
No
way I'm
fucking
gonna
way.
take abuse from anyone
No
else.
way.
Yeah, I get.
So maybe that's a
I
product
hear
of
you.
that.
Yeah, this is a very good question coming in from Cigars and Scotch. Cigars.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Mark, who was your toughest training, like, sparring partner? Was it an MMA fighter or an MMA fighter?
The latter. She was tough.
Makes sense that you train now.
You know, I
No
never,
one's gonna fuck with Mars anymore.
I never
Yeah.
thought about it.
At
like
what
that.
age did you realize no one's gonna fuck with Mars anymore?
Oh, young man. I was young. I was I was still in the house.
Everyone's going with the MMA joke.
It's funny.
We have a match today. Joe and Jersey have the same fucking line. Yeah, you want to go on Maury? We know Maury. We can help
No,
you
I'm
out.
not.
We
I'm
can
not
go
a
on
sob
Povich.
story, bro. I'm not a sob story. I'm just talking.
Let me say hi to I don't know Ken in Chicago. Looks like Ken. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey,
I can.
Hey, I just wanted to give a call, man, because it was funny. I just turned you guys on, and I was listening. It was like listening to myself, talking on the radio, man, with your story, your upbringing. And I can totally relate to you, and I can tell you one thing. If I've learned nothing from life, man, when people are stuck in situations like that growing up, man, it either breaks you or makes you. And obviously, much like myself, I came from a house where my mother was very successful in the medical field here in Chicago, and she was nothing but a pill popper and abusing morphine patches. And my father was kind of a dissident, here and there. And, that made me the person I am. I bought my house when I was 19. I got two young kids, a beautiful wife that I cherish. And like you, man, you got to judge the situation. And with my mom and my dad, I didn't want that effect on my children. So I cut them off completely now. And, I thank God I have the wonderful, grandparents for my kids, through my wife. And I can do nothing but congratulate you, man, for making it through what you have, man.
Thanks, bro.
I would love to talk to a psychologist about it because what motivates you? Because like you said, and Mars has said, I got some similar shit too. It either breaks you and you follow the same path, and you don't break the fucking chain of abuse, whether it's physical or emotional, or you go completely the other way and say, "Fuck that! I'm not doing this to my kids. It stops right here." What's the turning point for people where they can decide, I'll do the same shit because this is all I know, or I'm gonna fucking do it different because I've had it? I would love a psychologist to answer that question.
No, I mean, for me, by all means, man, I was, I party all the time, partied hard. I never touched any type of illegal drugs because I kind of saw what it did to my mom. I never did any type of drugs whatsoever.
But to stop you, other people would do drugs because that's all they know.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I've seen the effect of it on my mom because literally for about a 10-year span, up until I moved out of my house, so it's like basically from the age of 9 to 19, I watched my mom and saw her about 5 minutes a day. She would go to work before we woke up. She would come home at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. She would go directly into her bedroom and go to sleep. And that was my experience. That was my total experience with my mother for 10 years.
Right.
And by seeing what it did to her, that's what drove me not to do it. But I think the biggest thing in my life, man, was just all the hardships and seeing how, I guess, ultimately selfish my parents were. They would deprive me and my sisters of things that were basic things, like, hey, Dad, my shoes are worn out. Can I get a new pair? I'll go to Salvation Army. Meanwhile, he's sitting there, he's buying another truck for his company or something like that, something that was unnecessary. And I saw that, and since I've had my daughter was born April 11, 2006, and she was 4 pounds 7 ounces. She was in the neonatal intensive care unit for almost 40 days. And on top of it all, I had a lapse of insurance because I was between jobs, so I was stuck with $270,000 in medical debt.
Wow.
Almost lost my house. We went through negotiations to drop it, but when I was really hard up and I was on the verge of losing my house, my mom, like I said, she was up there as far as the medical field in Chicago, and she makes a lot of money. And I asked my mom, even though our relationship was rocky, Mom, can you lend me $3,000 just so I can make it come back? I said, I'll pay you back within a month. I'll do side jobs, work, whatever I have to do it, but I need the money now. And she looked at me dead in the eye and said, me and your father did it, you can do it too. And that was it, and walked away. And you know what? I just thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to be that parent. I'm going to give my children everything they need. Not everything they want, but everything they need in life that they deserve.
And you obviously did.
I work typically on an average week, 60, 65 hours a week. On call for 24/7 coverage for my company. I have almost 3 months that I'm on call this year.
And
I'll put that time in so I can give my family the thing they need. My children are going to Catholic school. My son's got a speech disability. We hire a private speech therapist to come to the house and invest the money in my children instead of taking it away from them like it was to me. I guess I look at the reflection and try, think to myself, I don't want to be that person, and obviously it's worked for you, man, because you hear the things that you've gone through and look how far you've come now. You've taken all the negative energy and put it towards something that was worthwhile and made something of yourself.
I want to congratulate you. You just that was the longest sentence ever.
Sorry, man.
Longest sentence ever. Called Guinness Book of World Records. Holy shit. No, what pisses me off about your story, you didn't put yourself in that horrible financial spot. I could see if you did it to yourself, then maybe a parent would go, "Look, man, you got yourself into this mess. You got to get yourself out." You didn't do that to yourself.
I think we're learning.
You needed desperate help there.
What we're learning is you have to be a good boy when you're growing up, and bad boys like Mars and this man just make things difficult for the adults. So be a good boy.
Good for you, Ken.
Thanks, Ken.
No, I appreciate it. It's good to hear stories like that, man. And everybody out there who's had this kind of upbringing, push through, man. You make it.
All right, Ken. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, Ope, you know what I did realize, and Ken could probably attest to this. You grow up a lot faster, mentally. Like, I remember crying in front of the mirror. No one hated me. Just fucking looking at myself, crying, going, I deserve a better childhood. I'm growing up too fast because I know what's going on right now shouldn't be happening to me.
What is it going to take to get you to cry today? Because that'd be great radio. Tough guy like you, Puerto Rican guy like you. You break down and cry.
My eyes were watery before.
I know. I almost had you. I was working it too, man.
Till you said something.
What did I say? I made some dumb joke, right?
No,
Instead
you said
of keep
your
going.
eyes are watery or some shit like that, and that was it.
What?
You never acknowledge it.
You acknowledged it.
And that's what fucking put you on.
Yeah.
God damn it! Damn it! I almost had him. What's it going to take today? When was the last time your mom hit you?
Shit, I can't remember that far.
No?
Long time ago. Yeah, buddy. What? Are we gonna listen to this music?
It's nice music.
What music?
Nice music. Was he getting his teeth cleaned? What a dumb dentist song this is.
Yeah, he wasn't molested by a dentist.
I wasn't molested at all.
All right.
Well, I could get someone to cry.
See, and the funny thing about all this,
yeah.
I don't ever think of it as child abuse.
Why?
I don't know. Is
Well,
that
now
weird?
you do, don't you?
I think that, yeah, to a certain extent.
Anything you wouldn't do to your own child, that's child abuse.
The reason...
Things you know happen to you that you wouldn't do to your own kid, probably that means that's child abuse.
Okay, I was thinking of it because she was using it as a corporal punishment, just punishment, and that's what I deserve.
Plus, no one wants to see themselves as an abused child.
I
No
guess
one wants
that's
to
what
look
it
at themselves like, ugh, I was that kid that they talk about.
I was douchey.
Well, you just got beat up.
I was douchey.
By a woman.
But you don't want to see yourself as like that. Who wants
So
to
you
look
walked
at
in the
that?
house and she goes, we're fighting?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she let me put my things down and all that shit.
And you guys just have
she's
normal
organized.
conversations now?
Yeah.
So fucking weird.
But not because of me, man. I don't. If it was up to me, I would not even deal with her at all. It's the ex-wife. I mean, the wife. She's a nice person.
Nah, you're a good person too, Mars.
Yeah, well,
She just doesn't understand.
Kind of a sellout, but a nice person.
People are asking,
sell out.
you want to?
The Puerto Rican thing, you kind of given up and whitened up.
I don't understand.
You can punch him.
No.
People are asking, why haven't you called Mars's mom yet? That's up to you. I don't know Spanish though.
She doesn't understand the language, and she'll play it off like she doesn't understand what's going on totally. Because I'm sure she understands a lot, but she won't be good radio. Nah.
Why do it in Spanish? Someone will get it. Have a 5-minute conversation with your mom about this.
But you know, I don't know how to speak Spanish, so we're gonna have to find somebody.
That's great.
He's not good at it.
I'm not good at it.
He's forgotten it.
You have a mom that doesn't.
That's another thing.
Wait, how do you communicate with your mom if she doesn't know English and you don't know Spanish?
Nah, I speak Spanish, but it's broken.
It's
not.
dirty
Yeah, it's dirty
and crappy
Spanish
and shitty,
That's
right?
another thing. She watches all these fucking telenovelas where they speak great Spanish, high Spanish, and she always gives me the junk dialect. You know, I mean, we fuck up so many words in Spanish. It's incredible. When I speak to another person, it's like South American, they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Some of that street dirty Spanish, right?
Yeah, and you can even say it's Puerto Rican because you have, Puerto Ricans that are very well educated. Listen to me and they go, "Psh, dude, you're not speaking, like Puerto Ricans speak. It's just fucked up."
All right.
Well, thank you, Mars.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that
was great.
What do you mean sorry? You stepped up to the plate today.
Well, I let you, I put the show in a fucking somber mood.
No, I can make anybody cry just talking about childhood.
Yeah, right.
Fuck
Prove it.
yeah.
Prove it.
Okay. Picture you standing there and you and your mother are boxing or something, and then she like fucking throws an elbow or something. Go ahead. She's fucking probably crying, right?
No.
My mother told Lamar to hit me.
Why?
I said the N-word.
Racist.
Cocksucker. What are you waiting for, fatso?
Opie and Anthony Show.
Got Joe DeRosa joining us today.
How are you?
Well, after Mars, we could use a pick-me-up. So then don't depress us anymore.
Talking about horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a pick-me-up.
Very rarely am I referred to as a pick-me-up.
I know. That's why I'm a little concerned right now. Mars brought down this whole fucking show to a level, and now we're hoping that you're going to pump it up a little bit
Well,
here,
you know
sir.
what?
I got Heather Heights on Twitter really fast. Heather Height writes, shaking after hearing Mars. My mom beat me with wooden spoons. I'm assuming if she put this on Twitter, I could read this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You
'Cause
usually text it if
it
you
wasn't a DM or whatever. She denies she hit me with the wooden spoons. She gives me wooden spoons as gifts all the time. So fucked up. So a lot of people relating to the Mars thing.
The wooden spoons thing is nothing.
Your thing was you were adopted and you're just wondering why, right?
Yeah, but my mom, I got hit with the wooden spoon sometimes, and I got the strap once in a while. I mean, it's like that's what happened back then. It wasn't abuse. It was like you got fucking.
It was a Tuesday.
Yeah, it was very different from what Mars is saying. You know, it was like when you got out of line, you got fucking whacked. The nuns used to hit people in the hands with rulers. Is that abuse? I mean,
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
Well,
yes,
I
it
mean-
is.
Now we're learning. Yes, it is.
It is.
it's
Those
not.
sadistic old cunts, those nuns.
You know, when I before
Worthless.
I had kids, I just assumed I was going to hit my kids, to discipline them. Fuck no, can't do it.
Here's my thing: is that I know times have changed, and I know if a nun hit a kid with a ruler now, it'd be like,
That kid would knock the nun out.
it'd be scandalous. But my point is like,
Scandalous.
it's it'd be a scandal.
It's scandalous.
Oh, it'd be a scandal.
All right.
But my point is there's different levels of abuse.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's like I'm not trying to downgrade this chick's story. I don't know how bad her mom knocked her around, but I got a leather strap to the ass once in a while. It's like I'm not going to walk around going I was abused as a child.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It wasn't emotionally traumatizing. You know.
Well, parents today, we don't really have the tools to discipline our kids. Like my kid gets timeouts. He thinks it's just part of his day now. He gets excited, like, oh, it's timeout time.
Yeah.
He goes and sits, and he's all happy, and he kind of mocks us and mocks the whole timeout thing because he doesn't know any better. And I sit there so frustrated. I'm like, do you understand what happened to me when we were out of line as kids?
I don't. I don't.
So I don't know how you handle that. So we try to make the timeout a little worse. We put him in another room or something so he's bored. The best you could do to a kid nowadays is just bore him for a little while and hope that he doesn't want to be bored anymore and will behave.
I think it's crazy. Look, I don't have any kids, and I don't think I'd hit my kids. But at the same time,
None that you know of.
You fucking asshole. But I don't have any kids. But it's like, you know, at some point, you have to just kind of recognize, like, a kid doesn't have, obviously, the vast understanding that someone in their teens or 20s or older has, and it's reactionary discipline. It's like it's like touching a hot stove. You realize that will burn me if I touch it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not saying you got to hit your kids with spoons, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think parents are that out of line if they smack their kids on the ass, like, to let them know, like, don't fucking do that.
And I'm not telling other parents that that's wrong. You know, what you got to do what you got to do within the limits of whatever society. But I can't imagine doing it at this stage in my parenting.
I say you do something,
go ahead.
Do something unorthodox.
Yeah.
Like you maybe make the kid, if he's old enough, watch Laverne and Shirley and do a report on it. On the subtext of the episode.
Yeah, that serves two purposes. That's very funny, and I think that would actually work.
Yeah, he realized, like, what do you mean subtext? And what's going on underneath?
I'm never going to misbehave again. I don't want to watch that Laverne and Shirley anymore. No, Mars got a hot oil spatula to his hands.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's
Mars.
But Mars did steal.
He did steal.
Terrible mother. Terrible.
That's horrendous.
Poor Mars.
Yeah, that's very sad.
You got a nice surprise for everyone today.
I'm not surprised.
Surprise, Jimmy!
Ron Bennington.
Surprise!
Hi, Ronnie.
It's your special day.
What's up, Ronnie?
Hey, buddies.
Did you get the red carpet treatment?
Oh, yeah.
I told Mars to roll out the red carpet today.
Well, since he's abused, it's harder for him.
Red with his beaten blood.
I told him, I go, man, a lot of people related to you yesterday, Mars. Goes, bruh, I didn't even realize I was abused until I saw your eyes. I'm like, how do you not realize you're being abused when you take a hot oil spatula to your hands?
But he learned.
He learned. He didn't steal anymore.
He did learn.
Yeah. Mean but effective.
The only thing that takes Mars back now is if he hears Spanish. If anyone yells in Spanish, he just starts crying.
Well, it now makes sense, though, because over the years, you know, we've need the Spanish guy every once in a while to translate something, maybe say something. And every time he tries on our show, people call up and go, he doesn't know how to speak Spanish.
He speaks baby Spanish.
He speaks baby Spanish. But now we know why. It sets his mom off. Because she only knows Spanish.
I had a buddy in Florida that I thought spoke Spanish, but when other Spanish people, they would tell me later, and he was like a big dude, they would say, he talks like a toddler, like a little kid. But to me, it sounded like perfect.
It sounded great.
Yeah, but it's because shit like their grandparents or whatever said to them, and then they got to school.
Right.
And that part of them never improved.
Right.
And they need a hot spatula in the back.
Yeah, right at the back of the hands.
I don't know if that's abuse. Do you really think?
A hot oiled spatula?
I mean, no one's ever died from a hot oil
Let's
spatula.
do it then. I want E-Rock to do it. E-Rock, we'll get a hot plate. What do you think? For Ronnie B. And the eye bang.
Oh, we'll put this right up.
No
You're gonna,
shit,
it's gonna
you
look
will.
perfect for you.
Come on, let's do it for the eye bang.
It's a
leave a
super
mark.
weak, okay?
No, you'll get a couple drops of oil that might burn a little more than the spatula itself.
Be great pictures.
He's thinking about it.
Hey, Rock, here's
He's
the
thinking
thing.
about it.
You know, we leave here today. We're heading to New Orleans to be part of Radio Row, and we want to show those other.
Wait, what?
radio
We are?
stations.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're all going. The whole stations. We're going to be in Radio Row.
What?
It's us
Really?
And 150 other radio shows all lined up.
That's my dream. We're really going? That's
Have you
my
ever
dream.
done Radio Row
Yes,
before?
I have.
It's the worst.
We stopped doing
fucking
Radio
thing.
Row about, I don't know, at least, I don't know, 12 years ago?
It's
Easy.
really
When me and
horrible.
Ann first started doing radio together, we had to do a few Radio Rows.
I remember we were supposed to do one, and then we got kicked off the air. We were supposed to do one in Boston for Jim Cook. And I was so excited because Gene Simmons was going to be there, but then we never wound up going on because we got booted off of
You know
NW.
what? That was the last time we did Radio Row. We did the Sam Adams Brewery. Oh, yeah.
See, here's
With a
the
whole
problem.
bunch of other
Yeah.
radio guys.
The thing is like you see Gene Simmons with everybody before he gets to him, and by the time he gets here, you just feel like shit.
Yeah, you're like,
It's
oh, God,
oh.
what else does he have for
Oh.
us?
And then there's a lot of things where they promise Gene Simmons, but then you get to talk to a roadie, and like I don't know what's with Gene. He should be here.
Right.
It's fucking terrible.
They said we were going to go to the Super Bowl this year again, and there's nothing.
Don't. It's awful. It's fucking.
It's the
hideous.
principle, though, Ronnie.
No.
It'd be nice once.
Have
to
you
do
ever
it.
gone to the Super Bowl
Yeah, I've
as a
been
radio
to
show?
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Yeah, but I want to go once. I've
No,
never gone.
Don't do it.
I've been at this radio thing since I was 18. I want to go once.
Go for real and fucking just go to the Super Bowl.
And
if you want
SoundCloud
to.
it?
Yeah. But
I'm going to go
don't
and just
fucking
SoundCloud it.
Show up and like, Jim Nance is running late, and there's 800 shows here to make it feel like you're just nobody.
Of course.
You know, it's like the DMV of fucking radio.
And then you start interviewing janitors and like
Yeah,
kinda
anybody.
old cheerleaders,
I didn't
anyone you
want-
could find.
I did one at Disney where they kept running voices by us, you know? So, like,
Yeah, what do you
this
mean?
is the voice of
Oh.
whoever, what fucking cartoon character.
Right.
And then he would try to talk that way.
Right.
And then I would try to, like, say, so when did you start doing voices? And he wouldn't break character.
Oh, Christ.
I'm like, come on, people
So you
at
couldn't
home
even
know
break
you're
him
not
down a little
fucking
bit.
cartoon.
Exactly. E-Rock, spatula, hot oil.
I don't know. I got to think about
We
that.
slap both hands. How about we slap one hand? We slap the one hand you don't need.
What, did it happen to Mars every time the same way? Or
Just No. once.
Just once, and that's not abuse.
You've
That's
had some
fuck-
shit happen to you with growing up, Ronnie?
Everybody got hit, right? Did
Of
you guys
course.
get hit?
It's our generation.
Yeah, so why would they now turn around and call it abuse if everybody got it?
See, I don't know. You're the greatest,
Yeah.
Carney. I don't even know if you're fucking with us.
I mean,
A
what are
hot
you?
spatula?
Just because everyone was a slave in the 1700s doesn't mean it's no longer slavery.
Yeah, but nobody knew not to, so you can't break the balls of the people at the time.
Oh, look, there's YouTube videos of guys getting hit in the butt with spatulas. That's a little different.
This was heated, though.
Yeah.
But his mom was cooking. It's not like she sat it on a pan, right?
Let's bring him in. I don't care. I mean, I almost had him crying, but I failed because I pointed out that he was almost crying, and that made him uber aware.
Here's what
I blew it.
Here's what you say instead of crying. You just say, "I noticed that your eyes."
I
there's
said
some
that.
water- there's some water in your eyes.
That's what I thought would work.
That should have worked. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't blow it because
No,
that's
you didn't. You
exactly
did
what
it
I
right.
said.
Well, you
But
just be
it's
comforting.
Spanish.
Just be comforting, like
Yeah.
you're like, "Hey, man, I know it's rough, but it's going to be all right." And then all of a sudden they feel relaxed, and then they cry, and then you call them
Here
faggots.
comes Mars. And then he tells me this morning, he goes, bruh, I got so many more stories. I'm like, what were you waiting for? Yesterday was the let's make everyone sad because Mars had a shitty live show.
Hi, Mars.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
How you feeling today?
Pretty good.
You know,
How's
I,
hot hands?
I try to relate to you a little bit when I came in, and you didn't really want to talk about yesterday's appearance, I noticed.
I didn't know what to make of it this morning talking to you, so I just wanted to leave it alone.
I even held the door a little longer than I usually do, thinking you
I know,
would
I-
follow me in.
It was awkward, I know. I didn't know if I would to say. I
What's
didn't know
wrong with you?
To say thank you or whatever. But I'm really nervous now
Why?
Because Ronnie's in.
because Ronnie's in. And
where's the-
Ronnie fucking pulls shit out of people.
No, that's not true. That's
Yes,
just
you do,
not
sir.
true. I'm here.
You're the best.
Just relax.
You're like an interrogator.
No, you're all dressed in camouflage. Like if anything happens, you
Yeah.
go into the bushes.
We can't even see you, Mars.
and he says you speak baby Spanish.
I do.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
which
right.
I think is hilarious.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't
But-
you speak the language if your mom only speaks Spanish?
Like I said, it tore up. I speak it tore up.
But how do you have a mom or a father that you can't really like communicate with? That's strange
Well,
to
in
me.
my earlier days, yeah, I spoke better. And as I grew up and grew distant from them, I didn't use the
Yeah, but you've
language.
probably never talked to your mom on more of a higher, I should say, than a third grade level.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Your entire
You're absolutely
life.
right.
That's
Absolutely
weird.
right. That's
Is
all
there-
she's got.
Is there a lot of
No, I'm
pattern-
thinking that's all you got as far as Spanish goes.
That's all
She
she's
could-
got. Trust me, it's her.
It's her. She's.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
all right.
I got you.
All right.
So
It's
what do you
all-
do?
it's
Pat him
all
on
her
most of the
fault,
time.
right?
You're pointing at things.
Turkey. Some English words. Yeah, some
You
pointing.
guys must enjoy a nice episode of Dora the Explorer. That must be your show, huh?
I like Dora. She's
Mars
cool.
comes home during Sesame Street. His mom's like, "Shh, working on apps right now."
So, was the spatula one time?
That
Ronnie
was
wants to
just
know.
one-time deal.
All right,
And why
so-
she was cooking, right?
No, she wasn't cooking. She set it up.
See, that's
she set the heat to it.
That's fucking.
yeah,
she was-
that means that she
That's
knows.
psychotic.
Yeah,
But
she knew
you
what she was
must
doing.
have been awful. I mean,
No, it
you
wasn't.
must have been terrible.
No, I was not. Not deserving something like that. Anyway, I was mischievous.
Yeah.
I was, I was an altar boy. Well, I was one of those altar boys and choir boys that
Drinking wine,
a
fucking-
priest. Yeah, drinking the wine,
Right.
eating the fucking hosts, and
Which is really
And he,
that's a mortal sin. I mean, seriously.
I was hungry.
Yeah, but that's
you
the worst
joking about
thing you
that
could
now?
do.
That hot
Before they were
spatula-
blessed?
you're
That's
gonna
the worst thing
burn.
you
For,
could
As
do,
soon as they
man.
come out the box. No, I was a good altar boy because I would do it as soon as they came out of the box.
So
as
they weren't
opposed,
blessed, because
exactly.
it's not
How
the body
hungry
of
are you that you're eating that
It
crap?
tastes great.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Everyone's
No.
There's
they do.
absolutely
they
no
taste like
taste.
fucking
They're
uncooked
terrible.
bread.
No, they're not. I like the way
terrible.
it tastes.
No, it's horrendous.
And it just used to remember how it just lay in your
Yeah,
mouth.
and just
And
kind
they,
of
they disappear. They dissolve.
So
Yeah,
how
but
does
it's
that taste
wild.
good?
It's like a packing peanut. They're disgusting.
It's a
A
breath.
packing peanut.
It's a breath strip
I love it.
without the flavor.
I loved them. He says.
Did you have a priest?
Yes, well, that's the thing I was getting at. Well, no.
Wow, look at
calm
him.
down.
Look
calm
at
down.
Ronnie.
Slow it down.
Ronnie, look at him jumping.
No,
I didn't even ask the question yet.
What I was getting at is because of the way I was, priests would not, attempt anything. They don't. They like
Lean
the
against you a
docile
little bit, though.
kids, the kids that do whatever they're told.
Right.
Not motherfuckers like me.
Ugly.
Did you know kids?
Ugly.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
You wanted it though. You were
No, I
bummed.
did not.
What?
No,
Oh,
no,
what?
no. So yeah.
But what? But
Well-
did you know that other kids were getting molested?
No, not in my school. My entourage was also a bunch of misfits.
Right. You
Oh,
ran
so
with the
you
cool
were a
kids.
problem child.
Yeah.
See,
No,
Ronnie's
I
getting the real
wasn't like
story.
He's one of the Jets.
Yeah,
You
you
know
were-
what I mean? Da-na-na-na. His mom was gonna put up with that. She smacked him with a hot spatula.
Oh man, this is a different story today.
No,
you were
I
a
was,
problem child.
No, I was.
Were
doing
you one of
the
those
stealing.
guys on the
Barrio?
screen?
You remember back in the day? I don't know if you had this game in Long Island, but we used to have this game in Washington Heights called
Stab the
Scully. Scully,
Let's go.
and you would take. Back in the day, the wooden chairs they would have on the legs metal caps. Remember those?
Well, I think we still
They
kinda
still
do
have it
that.
on the bottom.
Right. We would take the chairs and pop them off. Take the metal cap. Take the rubber off out of them. The metal, we would fill it with crayon. And on the street itself, we were the game Scully would be
Man,
a bunch
you
of
were
little
poor.
boxes.
Very poor.
Really?
poor,
You guys
man.
never seen this game?
What did you do?
Okay, so it would be like, boxes. They were numbered in different locations. It was 1 through 13, 13 being in the middle, in mud. So it was a small square. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you're doing it, you're the guy that's playing with you. You would knock him out of whack. You knock him out of the place, take his place, things like that. Guys never played that.
No, it
right.
sounds great.
It was fun. It was fucking fun. So I would do things like that. I would steal the caps from the
Oh,
chairs.
you couldn't find like just bottle caps. It
No.
seemed like it would have worked with bottle caps. Why are you
It
fucking
worked
up all the
with
chairs?
milk caps. The milk caps.
All right, so
filled.
get some milk caps.
The metal caps were better because if I hit you with a metal cap and you had a plastic shit, I would send your shit away. Like boom, gone.
Man, you grew up in the early
Damn.
50s.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Damn, that's
This is
a good
like-
cap.
We did something similar. Our parents used to buy us toys.
Yeah, exactly.
We played with them.
Yeah, they would take us to Toys R Us with a gift card.
But that type
wrong
of
with you?
stealing, I would do. Fights, I would get into.
So you
fights.
deserved what your mom gave you. I mean, you gave her a rough time.
No,
You know what I mean? You were hard on that woman.
no, it's not hard on that woman. I guess like we spoke yesterday. I reminded her of her husband.
Wait, you spoke to her yesterday?
No, he's saying
we
as he
spoke.
said just
we
now.
spoke yesterday.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a little conversation after your appearance.
Your dad used to steal the caps on chairs too.
That's mean. That's seriously mean.
I don't understand why you're
hurtful.
fucking up good chairs. That's so weird.
Yeah, so shit like that. So that's all I would do.
Did you hear that?
But you look like your dad, so she hated you for it.
Yeah, I think that these guys hit the nail on the head. I look a lot like him. I also have an attitude like him. So
Yeah, she took it out on you. Did you hear the story where he came home from school and his mom was waiting for him and said, "We're fighting today"?
yeah, she actually
They
put her
squared-
hands up,
and
man.
they squared off.
But it's weird with him. Like he stayed. He does martial arts.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
every night. He's just thinking, I have to defend myself. I can't be humiliated anymore.
Of course.
I've got to be able to stand up. I'm not. You're trying to protect that.
When was
that
the-
kid inside you.
Yeah, when was the last time someone got the best of you?
Yesterday, about 4:00.
Why?
You said the best of me, right? Yeah, I was training yesterday with someone.
No, I don't mean that because you're in a whole different world than the average person. I mean, just
When did someone take your Scully caps? when
yeah.
you were trying to-
When was the last time
The
someone
last time I had a good fist fight was at 21.
And since then, no one has really been able to fuck with
Every
you.
day you're ready.
That's what
Every
I
day
mean.
you're.
Unfortunately, you train and you think that it's coming and it never comes. Not that I want it to come.
Oh, you want it
You
to
want it
come.
to come.
Not that
You want it to come. You want a good excuse.
You want to be attacked one day by an older Puerto Rican woman.
With a spatula in her
Yeah, I'll
hand.
fuck her up.
I'm not little anymore.
She's just coming out of Sonoma with a stupid spatula. I feel bad for her.
But you know, a lot of people bring up the abuse thing,
Yeah.
our whole generation got hit. Did you ever feel like you were abused, or any of your friends were abused?
Not really. No, we got the wooden spoons and
Yeah, all that
the
kind of
sticks. Yeah, we had to go outside and get our own stick every once in a while.
See, that would be abuse. They would come and arrest those people today.
Yeah, I came in with a small stick, and then they would laugh, and then
Yeah,
I would
it was always
I would diffuse the situation a little
Right.
bit.
See, Ronnie, I honestly, I had no idea that was abuse. All these years, I'm fucking 47, man.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm talking to the guys yesterday and looking at their eyes and their reactions,
Right.
it was the first time I really,
No, you
no,
knew.
I spoke about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of times I'm good with it. But seeing these guys' reaction, I was like, holy shit.
You didn't know that you were such a victim.
Yeah. I had no. I thought that's the way it was.
What
I
gave
mean,
it away? Was it the tents in our pants?
I think you knew.
maybe, and maybe
That
I
shit
just
was buried until
regressed
yesterday.
it. And
Yeah, I think
But I
you
mean,
knew.
the other part of it is you know that you weren't loved. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
That, you know that everyone else.
See, that's the
But
shit,
you.
man. She did a lot of other fucking shit that showed love, like being able to put me through parochial school, all these years.
That's obligation. That's not love.
That's
obligation.
That's
Well, she would do something, and remember this. I didn't bring this up
putting
yesterday.
you through just regular school.
Right, like the other kids.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Everybody to know.
That's
Catholic
what
school?
Yeah, but parents are just supposed to do that.
Well, they could send me to public school.
Well, you probably would have been better off.
Less molested.
No. I think Catholic school did a lot for me, bro.
All right. Gave you a little
Sure.
discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taught you to be quiet.
Didn't steal anymore.
It taught me how to. What happened to my fucking pepper?
You're the guy.
How to not be distracted.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Taught-
can't call anyone. You're the guy. You
Taught
better
you
figure
to,
it out.
Taught you to take your medicine.
It's amazing that somebody who committed mortal sins of drinking the blood of Christ as if it was a cocktail, and now it's like, oh, thank God for Catholic school.
Yeah,
it really helped me
exactly.
so much.
I had a priest that used to say, "Goddamn!" I think he used to curse.
Yeah.
He used to curse. It was fun.
Aren't those the hip guys?
The what guys?
The hip guys. I like priests like that.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool.
You said you had other stories.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a world without love. Was the
it
last
took
thing
me.
you
Wait,
said.
it took me 9 years to put this shit on air. Can you slow it down, man?
You were the one excitedly telling me this
No, I
morning. I
got-
got other stories.
I've seen some shit, man.
Give us one.
A good story in reference to my mother. I remember, like gay people in my family and all that shit. That was a common thing. Like it was not a big deal. For example, we would go visit Titi, and Titi had Wonder Woman over there. Wonder Woman was a nickname of one of the individuals I used to hang out with her, and it was tranny.
Yeah.
So we were used to that kind of stuff, We
How'd it
grew
go?
up with that.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah, his name was Wonder Woman. He used to spin around like Wonder Woman and
Dick
everything.
was just turning. It's like fucking helicopter cock.
And I remember this shit as a kid, man.
Sure.
He was the king of the meat spin.
Yeah.
Covered in jizz. It's like, oh, Wonder Woman, what a fun game.
He put his cock in an invisible condom and violate you.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who was hanging out with Wonder Woman?
They didn't show that. Wonder Woman would come around by herself or by herself.
Was she
By
related
itself.
to you?
By
Herself.
itself.
It's not
Herself.
human.
Was she related? Oh, he, she?
No,
I don't know.
No,
Is it a he? Is it
family
a she?
friend.
Family friend, but then how was she associated with your family?
I don't know. It was my aunt. I used to go visit her in the Bronx, and he used to be there hanging out. I guess they used to smoke weed, do something together. I don't know.
PCP?
Gay people that have good connections with drugs.
So what
I know-
happened? Did Wonder Woman have a fumble with you?
No. That was just like growing up. I was used to seeing shit like that. It wasn't when I see a tranny or hear tranny sex. It's no big deal.
What kind of sex did you see?
Not see, but I heard. I heard a lot of.
You heard sex.
Well, I used to go and see. I used to go visit my aunt, right, with in the Bronx. I used to go into the rooms in the mornings, and she also had that fucking piss pot.
Oh, you heard about the piss pot, right?
Yeah,
Were you listening to
nasty.
that, Ronnie?
Was your aunt the sister of your mother?
Yes.
See, there was something going on with that father at night. I bet you that they
Yeah?
didn't like to leave the bedroom at night because why would both of them getting into this habit of pissing in this fucking thing without.
Yeah.
One, I could see being a lazy, you know what, but I mean, I don't understand why too.
Well, for the people,
I know for a
hold
fact-
on. For the people that weren't listening yesterday, your mom would piss into some kind of bedpan thing instead of getting up and going 20 feet to the bathroom
In the middle of the night, yes.
And now we're learning the sister did the same
Right.
thing.
Now I know
Who has Wonder Woman as a friend?
Right. And there was 3
Did Wonder
females.
Woman live with her?
No. Wonder Woman just visit.
All right.
You know, and I know of 3 aunts that do that. The piss pot.
all same.
Wait, 3 aunts and your mom, so that would be
No,
4.
no, 3 altogether. It's my mom and 2 aunts. So there's 3 girls altogether that do the piss pot thing.
What the fuck is that about, Ronnie?
I don't know.
Probably they grew up in some fucking dirt shack down in Puerto Rico with no bathroom, and they were
Oh,
used
yeah.
to
Probably had an
piss in that
outhouse.
way. Yeah,
Maybe
So
you're
instead of
old.
going outside to an
Yeah.
outhouse
so they
where
just
the wild
got
dogs
into
are,
It. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
you know what? There you
Fucking
go.
Cooper,
But, you
well,
know,
why wouldn't you
Cabo.
go, fuck that, I got a nice bathroom now?
that's a bunch of bullshit because it was an apartment in
You're telling
Puerto
Ronnie
Rico.
that's a bunch of bullshit.
No,
aren't you?
I'm just letting. I'm saying like if that would be an excuse for my mother, it's a bunch of bullshit because they had an apartment.
Where?
They didn't
Puerto
have
Rico?
they didn't have an outhouse. They lived on the 2nd or 3rd floor, and there was
bathroom on the first floor,
on the same floor. You know, in the apartment.
but probably all clogged up with fucking shit. You know,
Yeah.
plumbing.
Maybe you're onto something there, Jimmy. That they were afraid to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe they'd sneak out, and when they went out to the kitchen or whatever in the bathroom, he'd be fucking drunk in the living room. Come here.
Mm-hmm.
Come
Your
here.
dad was drunk all the time.
Yeah, he was Afro-Cuban. He came from.
Why didn't bother with the Cuban? We got it.
He came. No, because actually I'm Puerto Rican.
Afro-Cuban.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he came over to Puerto Rico and he started a big family. He was 10 kids. He was the barber of the town.
Seville.
Everybody knew him.
But he was with your aunt and your mom. You think?
Yeah, he
He was with them both. He was like the fucking cock of the walk there. Anybody that was in that house was going to get banged.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about bang, but they would get. She would tell me stories that he used to hit them with the strap
Right.
to
Their father.
sharpen your razor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting hit with that was pretty rough too. So I guess an extension cord to her, because I keep bringing that shit up, because that when I felt that extension cord, I remember to this day, I couldn't breathe. The pain was so much.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, dude.
An extension cord is rough,
Yes.
man. I understand a wooden spooner and that other shit, but that's abuse, no? Even for that generation? Look at Ronnie.
See,
he's not
I
phased.
just feel like
He's not phased.
I just feel like you can, you're judging outside of the era
Right.
that it took place in. You know, that back
extension
then it
cord,
wasn't-
though?
It's the same as
That's
a
a whip.
belt. Well, same as a
I don't
belt.
know. Is it
No,
the same
it's-
as a belt?
Dude, it's 2 different things. I would love to get hit by a belt as opposed to getting
Sure.
hit by
All right,
Sure
well,
you will.
I think
You
I got
know,
a belt.
You set your fucking thing
of
so
belt you
high
want
there.
today?
Love to get hit by a belt.
E-Rock, would you get hit by a belt and an extension cord so we can see if it's different?
Oh, I don't want.
You haven't done anything for the show
Can I
lately.
tell you something? Troy is texting,
Yeah.
saying E-Rock is a pussy, and he will get hit with a hot spatula.
No, he shouldn't do that
They
shit.
all
man.
want Mike Tyson.
Troy is the fucking real deal, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Where's
don't do
Troy?
that
Is
shit.
he here yet?
He's here.
He's here.
Let's bring Troy in.
Oh,
And let's get the hot plate before fucking
Dude,
the radio
do you-
wizard shuts us down.
Do you like being spanked by girls or no?
No, hell no.
you
I don't like
Okay.
that shit
You
at all.
like
Any
hitting
rough
girls, though?
stuff, tying me
You like
down,
spanking
fuck no,
girls.
don't
Troy.
like it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm losing my mind, bro.
Here's Troy Kwan.
Yeah, I'll do it.
E-Rock's a pussy? It's a hot spatula in oil, and then we take it out of the fucking hot oil and whack
Just
your
smack me
hands.
on my hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
fuck it,
easy,
let's do it.
right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Did your mom just let it sit there, Mars? How did it go down?
That shit was hot. It was,
But did she let
jumps.
And the grease,
Did
too.
she
The
just
grease
hit it?
jumps. Yeah, she just hit it.
But the grease is important, because the grease
Yeah,
is what
the-
stayed on
yeah.
his hand and burned.
You dip it in grease.
All right, we got a hot plate around this joint or what?
Get some grease.
We got some grease?
Grease.
That's easy to get.
And do you think an extension cord's worse than a belt if you got hit by that?
Well, a belt has a bigger surface.
That's
what I'm
thinking.
But a cord might have more of a whip
Yeah.
type of an
Yeah,
effect
there's no,
on
there's
it.
no doubt that the cord's
An
gonna
extension
hurt
cord's a
worse.
motherfucker, man.
There's metal running through the extension cord,
Did you get hit with the end of it? Or is
No,
it just
no.
like they hold it like a belt would?
just like a belt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a motherfucker,
Yeah, it's
man.
fucking.
It's going to come down faster,
Yeah.
too.
Did it leave a mark? Did it leave the big long line across
I left
there?
a big long line.
You show
mark.
it to your friends
You
later.
got any scars?
My, I showed you yesterday. The only scar I could
didn't
come
see
up
any
with
scars.
is that
What'd you show me? I don't
It's
remember.
inside. His scars are inside.
Deep inside.
my hairs on my hand.
Oh, right, right.
They don't grow.
He can't grow hair on his
So
head.
yeah, did you ever? You shouldn't. Hey, do you ever bring it up to your mom now?
No. I have in the past, and they act like, you know, oh, well, that was then. I was stupid. I was ignorant, you know. So it's kind of.
Oh, there's a little acknowledgement.
What are you
there.
gonna do? Yeah.
Sometimes there's no acknowledgement.
Yeah, but they. I mean, no. That's
What would you
bullshit.
like her to say?
Nothing.
But I'm saying, if you talked about it, how would you like her to react? Like, what would be a reaction where you went, okay, she kind of gets it?
Just stop being a fucking cunt now, and just be there for the. I don't want her around. Nothing. I want nothing.
Good for you, Mars.
I really don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
stop with that shit.
You know,
Stop with that wishing that she's going to change.
She's
the
not.
reality is, no one ever changes.
No.
no one
No.
ever changes.
They don't. You
But
can
then
change
it's up to you whether you accept that. Or not.
Exactly.
That's the fucking thing that I don't understand. Like people are like, oh, I hit my parents. I'm going over there this weekend.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you? Why would you go to an unpleasant place? You don't put up with it with anyone else.
No. The only reason, like I said yesterday, I put up with it now is because I have a lovely wife that wants to have all the grandparents.
She wants the
involved.
perfect
That's
family.
that's
That
a
ain't
lie.
happening.
Well,
That
she's
is
living
a
a
lie.
lie.
She's getting it. Yesterday, I told her about what happened here, and she was like, "Dude, you really, man, if you feel that way, we don't have to have her
Too
around."
late.
You know, it's
It
not
took
too
this show for her to realize.
Right.
You
No, she's a
opening
nice
up about
person.
the
No, but
Spatula.
seriously, the thing is like Opie went across for you the way your wife should have.
Okay.
That's the thing you got to let into your head.
Okay.
Every fucking night when you're laying next to her. That, you know what I mean? Like
There you
she's
go.
asking you, swallow some shit so we can feel like we're a real family instead of the truth.
You got a real family. It's not, The,
It's a real
That's what I
radio
said.
family.
That's what
it's
I
a
tell
real
you.
radio family.
This is your family.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
But you got
That's
a
your
real
wife,
family.
Sam.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
You're
making it.
familia.
It seems like you're a grounded father, and you got a good woman, and you got good kids. That's all you need. You don't. Because if you bring her around, then there's going to be that darkness and that everyone's tense. You don't need that shit, and your kids pick up on that.
And granted, she's getting older, trying to get to the pearly gates, so she's fucking,
Too late.
But she's doing she's trying to do the right thing. Like when she does have my kids, she's.
What do you mean she's doing the right thing? Has
And
she
she
removed
tried-
all spatulas from our house? Yeah.
Stop pissing in front
How about
of
we
the
start
kids.
there? Yeah. How about we get rid of the bedpan and the spatulas?
Has she stopped tinkling into a chock full of nuts can?
Right. And how about she puts down her fists? Start there and get rid of that old fucking stereo system. Seems to be a fucking hazard in her house.
Fucking parrots flying around, lizards on the wall. Someone throws a quarter off the fucking cruise ship. The whole family's diving in as fast as they can.
I'm glad we were able to make the jokes today because yesterday was a little intense. We got some jokes in, but did you hear his head got stuck in the, the old stereo?
You remember I was describing that big stereo back in the 70s, two big speakers on either end. There was in the middle a turntable, radio, and then next to that big television. So that big whole stereo system. When she knocked me down, I'm young, I don't know. I go in with my head turned to the side, and she's mounting me. So I look at her. So now I turn my head upright and I wedge my head underneath the stereo system, not knowing that I could turn it back the other way. I'm fucking nervous. This
Right.
bitch is trying to kill me, And she's looking at me, and then she's actually. Sam asked, like, how was she hitting me? She was punching me in the face, and smiling and going, and like with every hit was like, huh, like, huh. How about
She's
that?
digging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she hated your father.
She's just bullying you.
You might want to
Grounded
listen to Pearl Jam's Alive.
Yeah.
It's a whole song about that shit.
And listen to that whole "Don't Call Me Daughter" bullshit. too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. That's,
You're like
Pearl Jam's all about family abuse.
Yeah.
You might want to go into their catalog a little
I
bit.
like Pearl Jam, yes.
Go listen to Alive.
Imagine.
I
You should
believe
wear
that's what-
shorts wherever you go now, like that.
Troy, you ever get hit? Is this no big deal to you?
I got hit as a kid. I mean, nothing like that.
Oh, so you acknowledge that Mars had it rough, huh?
Oh yeah, he had it bad. But it's like, I guess it's like a Hispanic thing. I mean, they're
that's
just they're
racist.
crazy.
That's horrible.
Yeah, she threw I know we all, maybe not Sam, maybe you. Maybe she threw something at you, your parents, maybe. Right, exactly.
My mom was about throwing my whole room out on the driveway. But thank God she didn't throw anything
Did that
at
mean
me
you had
personally.
to leave? Like you're supposed to leave now? You don't
No, I
belong
was
there?
supposed to clean my room.
Oh, okay.
is that what-
Great.
Yeah.
Did it work?
If I left shoes out, it would be the dumbest, stupidest thing. So instead of saying, "Hey, why don't you put your shoes in the closet?" No, the whole room had to be on the driveway.
Why do they care about your room? That's what I never picked
never
up
understood that. Because if the door's closed, who cares?
But she, back in the day in the 70s, she threw a hairbrush at me. And the plastic back then was not like the plastic we have now, a little lightweight. Plastic back then was fucking sturdy,
Plastic today will do some damage.
Okay. The bitch throws it. She misses me. Back then we didn't have sheetrock. We had a plaster. She made a fucking hole. You see the plaster coming off. You know, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, hey, she missed, you know?
Right.
But now as I'm speaking to you guys, I'm like, you know, if she would have hit me with that shit, she would have fucking probably really caused some serious
You
damage.
think she hated you, Morris?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's the part that hurts.
I still
That's the part
think
that
she
hurts.
hates me.
Yeah.
Do you
She
get
does.
She has a problem with me.
Do you get any love from the older people in your family, like an aunt, an
yeah,
uncle?
those people. Yeah. Crazy
Like
love.
I had
Crazy
I had a
love.
grandma that was amazing.
You know, I have an uncle that gives me so much love that I think that he knows the things that have occurred, you know?
So that's kind of cool.
Well, why
it is.
wasn't he there to fucking save you? That's the thing.
Because
Why?
that's not his house.
Yeah, but the thing
knew.
is, if
He
he
knew.
could, you know what I mean? Like today, if you found out some neighbor kid was getting abused, you'd go over. Where were these people for you? That's the part that hurts. Despite all the nice things that are being said, that's why that's that thing inside you you'll never be able to take care of.
Yeah, they thought it was the thing to do back then, I guess, you know? I really, you know, I'm good with it.
You're not good with
You're
it.
not
Yes,
good.
I
It
am.
happened. It
Yes, I
happened.
am.
You're
Dude, it
fidgeting,
happened.
you're fidgeting in your pockets. You're not good.
You know what I mean?
You're
So
not good.
it's okay.
Look,
This is a
you're-
fucking
I,
safe
fa-
place.
I passed.
Try to keep your hands still for a minute.
You're good with it
Then
the
we'll
way-
believe that you're good with it.
You're good with it the way Ving Rhames was good with it when Bruce Willis came back in.
Is this Armageddon? I don't know. They did a couple films together.
No, this was the S fuck sheriff.
And Mars is asking for music for his segment.
Yeah.
You want your segment produced?
No,
I
no.
see.
The
How about the Hulk music? Why don't you play some music? You're rocking still just sitting in there fucking gaining weight. No
So
disrespect.
I guess we're not doing the spatula thing. What happened to this show?
I don't know.
We would have had a
just said-
fucking hot plate fired up by now.
Nobody
lawyers.
takes you seriously at your word.
No, that's not
That's
it.
the
Lawyers.
thing.
We're looking out for OP.
They're not up yet.
No, yeah, lawyers are still
Gives
sleeping.
a fuck.
Yeah,
What
Mars.
will you
First
really care
hour
if
is
someone
the
got
Wild
burned?
Wild West.
First hour, we do whatever the fuck.
Right.
They're still sleeping.
You got 15 minutes to burn.
Watch,
right.
watch
Troy, why
bladder
do you want to
run
be
down.
burned?
Why not? I'm just tired of people not stepping up around here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Troy comes to work.
Troy put a strawberry up his ass.
What's that noise?
and, what is that?
It's your phone or something.
Mars, vibrate.
What's going on?
We
That's
put
a
our-
water sound, your phone?
Yeah.
Oh man, are you trying to keep calm?
Yeah, right. That's
even,
it.
even the phone sets him off.
Yes.
It's fucking.
What
Puerto
was
Rico.
that?
That's what a relative calls. It's the sound of just the fucking throat over the water.
Was that a wave?
It's you hear the sea and then you hear the ship offshore go.
Right.
Yeah, you want to leave.
Is that no? It reminds me of this whole family holding onto a door, trying to get across the Florida Straits.
Who's calling you?
It was one of the guys in the shop.
Don't they know you're busy? You're being a big radio star right now.
Nah.
That shit could wait.
What do they,
Okay,
What do they
absolutely.
need you to do down
what do
there?
they want?
I don't know.
They're looking for some nuts and bolts or something.
Yes.
Probably. There we go. See, Sirius is calling me now. Look.
Let it go.
I
We're
know.
busy.
All right, listen.
So Troy's tired of people not stepping up.
Yeah, Troy stuck a chocolate-covered strawberry up his ass, and Sal grabbed it without his hands.
Yeah.
That's the type of program we're giving people these days.
Well,
It
you
was
bring
terrific.
back the shock jock thing, which
We're
I
trying.
really appreciate.
We're
you know
trying
what
to
I mean?
bring back the shock jock.
Yeah, bring it
It's
back.
retro now.
Trying to have some fun around here.
Yeah.
I know you want to do it in the studio, but that probably leaves a mark and will probably have legal issues.
Why are you saying that?
You know
It's
what?
Troy Klein.
No, because Troy's not going to sue. So
Troy
there's no
doesn't
legal
sue.
issues.
Yeah, Troy
He
don't
doesn't
care.
give a
I don't give a
fuck.
shit.
I like the other one better. Remember when I told you when she smacked me in the bitter cold?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough one, man.
Being slapped in the face in the cold stinks.
So what? We have to hang outside in the cold for a while?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
not cold out today.
Get our hands cold?
It's like 40 today, I think.
It is. It's
And
nice
who
out there.
who would slap Troy?
It's nice out there.
Way to not bring this up the last 3 days when we
nice
were
out
freezing our asses off. He waits till it's balmy in New York. What are we going to do?
Where's that hot plate? Where's the grease?
Do we even have one? I don't even know.
No. You have to go buy one or
Maybe we can
No.
microwave some fucking oil or something. Pour it on your head.
Martha Stewart Studio.
But your mother made you
There's
a better
one in
parent,
there.
right, Mars?
I'm sorry?
Your mom made you a better parent because you'll never do shit like that. Like, you'll never even probably hit your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's an interesting question, Jim Norton, because then he might be going too far the other way.
Oh, letting the kids get away.
Now,
Shoot dope.
now you're
Kitchen.
talking.
That's sort of what I was talking to
I'm-
Jimmy
yeah.
about on the way home.
Yeah.
When you are brought up in a household that's a little strange, you know,
Right.
you could do the exact same shit, or you could go the complete opposite way, where they're just wild kids, or
No, they're not wild, but they'll walk over, Daddy.
they will, right?
They'll get
A little
over.
bit.
See, nobody respected you. Not,
Nah, that's
not
not
the
not-
generation
no.
before,
No.
generation beneath.
No, they understand the respect. They do respect me, but you know they'll get you know
You do the timeouts.
that shit don't work. What I have to
My
do.
kid mocks me and he goes, over here? Like he'll point to places where he's supposed to sit. I'm like, are you kidding? You know what happened to us when we didn't behave?
You know what works?
And then he
though?
sits there mocking us.
Yeah, sure, of course. Why wouldn't he?
So then we like take his chair and we try to put it in like maybe a boring room. That's the best we can do.
Does he have electronics?
What you want?
Leapfrogs and things like
What
that?
you want to electrocute my kid?
Yeah,
for fucking
exactly. Get him in the tub with that stuff. Show him the boss.
You know, the leap pads. You don't have the leap pad?
What kind of sick fucking thought you got now?
Look it up, man. It's
I know
called
leapfrog. What are you getting at?
Tetris.
You take that away.
Tetris.
You take that away from them. I know my son, he's 7, man. All I have to do is talk about I'm removing your
Yeah, but
DS.
what about these people in the fucking, like, you ever see these little kids in a restaurant where they're just screaming and fucking up and their parents are like this, Wallace, Wallace, Wallace.
It doesn't happen to me.
I'm like, I've actually sat in restaurants, I go like this, hey, Wallace, I'm not fucking around with you. Sit the fuck down, because I'm not your parents. Because I don't understand why people let themselves get abused like this.
Yeah,
You're not an equal with those
No,
kids.
no.
Okay, you know what works?
I-
Absolutely works?
When my
I
kid
grab-
acts up, I'm mortified. I get him out of the situation.
But
I get so uncomfortable that that I'm bothering other people.
But if your tonality changes, the kid has got to respect that. The
All right.
kid has got to say,
Of course.
my old man's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's
could-
exactly what I do. I'm
I
sorry.
could use like more of a stern voice and he'll calm down.
Yeah.
I've realized that so far.
Dude,
but
you grab him by the bicep, put a
right.
little
Oh,
squeeze,
there you
look
go.
at him in
There
the
we
eyes.
go. There we
What's
go.
wrong with that?
That's
It's
right.
just a
There
little
we
squeeze.
go.
What?
It is. It's
Just a little
Marty's
squeeze.
got a little bit,
Threaten
right?
the little guy. Threaten the little
Right.
guy.
And I say, I will fucking kill you. So
See,
what the fuck?
See, it's coming
Hey.
out.
Problem solved.
There
I don't
we
do
go.
anything.
Mars,
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
don't
feel
do
bad for you.
Threaten to make him drink out of that coffee can in the
Wow,
bedroom.
yeah, squeeze his little bicep.
Oh,
God.
peace.
That's all I have to do.
He's got thumbprint. He's got thumbprint bruises all over his arms. That's
That's
good.
what they do.
Yeah.
That's the Puerto Rican way.
Wow. What do you do, really? You just squeeze his arm a
Afro
little
and
bit.
Cuban. It's all in there, Mars.
And say you're gonna
15
kill him.
years. Mars Jr. is going to be on a radio show telling stories. And you're
How
going to be
old-
like, I didn't know. I don't understand. Why are you so upset
and
about
now
it?"
all I have
in camouflage.
now all I have to do is change my tone and the eyes, and that's it. It's good enough.
Oh,
Oh
God.
boy, how old are these
horrible.
kids?
I'm sorry.
How old are they?
5, 7, and 15.
What gangs
Poor
they running
kids.
with?
No
Latin
gangs.
Kings?
I'm on top of them, boy. I'm on top of them.
Just like your mom was on top of you, giving left hooks.
No.
Oh boy,
I'm the good one.
Gross.
everyone's looking down now.
Hey, you got the Puerto Rican flag there.
I don't know why it's on this either.
What, the Ali float like a butterfly sweatshirt that Jimmy's
Why
wearing?
is that?
I don't know.
The American
makes no
flag and the
sense.
Puerto Rican flag.
I have my ex saw it and she goes, "That's a hipster sweatshirt." I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah, it's got a Puerto Rican flag." I'm like, "I didn't even notice it."
It makes no sense though.
Maybe
Why-
maybe it was when he fought in.
Did
Puerto
Ali
Rico.
ever fight down there in Puerto Rico?
I'm sure he did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so.
think he had he might have trained at one point, but I don't think that he ever had a.
Did he have some
fight.
Puerto Rican blood in him? Maybe.
I don't know.
Little bit?
That's probably one of those sweatshirts they sent to Africa. You know, they couldn't sell here, but you got it.
No, I bought it at a very hip place.
Like where?
Ooh, I think
wouldn't
it was
you?
Urban Outfitters. I was cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Mars, so you abuse your kids?
No, I do not
little
abuse
bit.
my
Why are you
kids.
squeezing?
Grabbing
Why are
them,
you
yeah.
squeezing their arms?
Get on top of them a little bit.
No, I don't get on top of them. I'm
Your words.
Look how nervous he gets. It's great. Oh, you all right?
It's uncharted waters for me.
Shattered waters.
Nobody's talking about them.
Exactly.
This is what you said. Takes a lot
I
of
want to
bravery to let
unshatter
this
your
stuff
teeth
out.
to begin with.
What'd you say,
It
Ryan?
takes a lot of bravery
Sorry.
for you just to express this.
It
you
took,
know?
as like I said, it took 9 years to even bring it up.
And
to
you're
you
kind of
guys.
like an alpha male too, so this is kind of cool.
Right. That's that.
to see an alpha
but
male
that's
break down a
why-
little bit.
That's why he's an alpha male. He
Yeah.
needs to protect. He can't let it happen again, and that's why he's always thinking. Every day he's thinking, when is something bad going to happen? Now, do you grow up? Do you think that way? Like, oh, is something bad going to happen? I don't think most people do that.
Only from 6 to 10.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anything could.
I laugh at most of the stuff that happens around me because of how I was brought up. I think.
You just laugh it off, like.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of shit, dumb shit. You know, mine was more like mental abuse, a lot of screaming and yelling.
That's
and weird
rough.
shit.
That's rough too.
What was weird about it, though?
Coming home and seeing your room in the driveway, it's a little rough, right? Oh.
Why didn't you act like, oh, this is my room now? You have to read the comic book under your lamp.
Mom, this is great. Thanks.
My thing was I realized from an early age, so I like avoided the house as much as I could.
Just
I
stayed
became
out.
a caddy
Yeah.
at 12, 13, and I would do 2 loops a day easy. So I was there when the sun rose, and I was there as the sun was setting, man.
Did you do 2 bags? Or you do
2
one?
bags,
Good.
brother.
See, that's
now
the
I
thing.
got the herniated disc to prove it. Yeah, that was a lot of weight for a
By the way,
13-year-old.
what kind of fucking man let a little kid carry 2 fucking bags?
It was disgusting.
How
yeah.
did you feel better about yourself if you're a man? Like, kid, grab both those bags and
And let's
struggle
go
with
and
them.
and follow me.
Yeah.
I was half the sizes of
Sure.
a lot of these golfers at first. Yeah, it was crazy, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the conversation, just being out of the house and being on the course. Loved the sport. You know, that was my thing to avoid. I had siblings that confronted them like that was just stupid, and then I knew at 18, let's go.
Let's get
Let's
outta
do
here.
this. Yeah, so.
But in the back of your mind, you're like, there was never any comforting time for you either.
I mean, we talk about it. I mean, if 2 days went by without some kind of drama in my house, that was huge. 2 days, barely, and that barely happened. There was always some dumb issue. It was always dumb shit. You know, she didn't raise kids that were bad. You know, she had 7 kids in the house, and none of us have any real
Right.
issues or problems. You know what I mean? That deserved anything that was going down. It was always dumb shit. Like if we didn't eat our meal, that would be a problem. If we didn't eat everything on our plate.
Why do you think people get into that thing? Because they like it's like they didn't plan their life, and then they look around and there's all these kids, and
Well,
they're like, "What happened?"
That's a
to
really
my
good
life?
question. In my situation, my mom has openly said this, which is kind of fucked up, that she never wanted all those kids.
Yeah.
She had
Who would?
She had 6 births, and then she had my dad's daughter from another marriage. So 7 kids in the house. She was raised Catholic, so she did it the Catholic way, where you don't use birth control and you have kids.
But
She
wouldn't it
never wanted 7 kids. She tells us this.
Wouldn't a mentally ill person have problems even if there's only 2 though? Like the fact is that they're crazy, so no matter what the circumstances, they're going to be
I
fucked
think so,
up.
but I think certainly having a lot of kids helped it along a little
Yeah.
bit too, you know. But yeah, she came from a weird house, which I don't know much about because I don't ask the questions. Her mom was a cunt. I will tell you that much. My mom wasn't as bad as her mom. You know, her mom sued her for money that she borrowed when, you know, we had the 6 kids and now we got to eat and pay the bills. So my mom took out a little loan with her own mother. And they weren't paying her back fast enough. And I remember that my quote, I say quote because she wasn't, my grandma ended up suing my mom and went through the whole court system, everything, lawyers and all sorts of shit. Fucked up, right?
Right, it's fucked up.
And it was, you know, they were in a bad spot. They needed the money, and my dad wasn't making that much money at the time, and they were paying her back, but not good enough for her. And she didn't even need the fucking money, and sued her own mom. So my mom actually did the right thing. She got rid of her own mom early on in my life. Said, you know, this is a horrendous influence for my family, so she can't be around. So I went from like, I don't even know. I think I was 12 maybe, and then the next time I saw her, I was like 22, 23 when she was dying in the hospital. The classic story I tell on the air, where she looked at me and went, "Oh, Precious, you got so, you know, big." And I just looked at my mom and said, I'll be in the car. Do what you got to do. I gave her nothing. I was like, whatever, old lady. Enjoy wherever the fuck you're going. And that was it. So, but she could, you know, she removed her from her own life to
See, that's
protect
the-
our kids. But then, you know, my mom did her own shit.
See, that's the thing that brings it back. What is the fucking hardcore thing? Is it mental abuse or is it physical abuse? You know, because
We didn't really get the physical stuff.
right. So
I mean,
who had it worse?
My
I had them both.
I don't know if I've ever said this on the air, but my stepsister, she's my sister, but for the sake of the argument, she got some of the shit, the physical shit.
from your mom?
Yeah, and I always wondered why we weren't getting that.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah, weird
That's
shit.
fucked up.
Yeah, like oatmeal over the head crap, like fucking mommy dearest shit. Oh yeah, like way more physical shit with her. And I was like, wow, is that coming our way? And it never really did, not to that extent.
But you can't have physical without mental. You can have mental without physical, but you can't have physical without some kind of mental
Absolutely.
aspect because
Right,
you're always
that's
afraid.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like if you're walking in the house, and your mother's a fucking wacko. He's got the same thing, and he's also worried that she's gonna punch him in the face. It's like it's like the same person, but you had at
always
least
had-
7 kids to kind of spread it over a little bit.
Yeah, and I always had the feeling that my mom. This came out of therapy, which pumped out my therapist. But I always had the feeling that my mom could kill me. which made it tough to sleep at night.
Honestly, think that you might die.
Oh yeah. If the circumstances were right, absolutely. Yeah, because she would just fly off the handle and just do crazy shit. But I don't really remember physical abuse. I just don't.
Then I wonder why you were so afraid that she would kill you. Like her mental abuse was just so fucking.
Just
extreme.
a lot of screaming and yelling all the time, and just like losing her shit, throwing stuff, like hiding in the attic, that type of
She
thing.
hid in the attic?
Oh yeah, I found her in the attic a couple times, just having like mental breakdowns. She had mental breakdowns a lot, and then would have to go away for that. So, yeah.
And that must have been nice, right, when she went away.
It was.
You're like, oh.
Look, I'm looking to see if she's calling in. Yeah, it was kind of nice. It was like a little vacation, and that's what it was. That's how it was told to us too. Oh, she's visiting a relative. She'd be gone for a little while, and she did the shock treatment back in the day.
Wow.
When she did the shock treatment when she was pregnant with my sister.
What?
Old school shock treatment, because now supposedly they figure that shit out a little better.
American Horror shit.
Huh?
American Horror shit.
I don't know. That's why One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, as brilliant as that movie is a little, that's a little creepy for me.
Just saying the.
Yeah, the crazies.
Because in the back of your mind, you're like, does it go down another generation? Do I have this somewhere?
Oh,
is it
yeah,
inside me?
fuck yeah.
Is it inside my kids?
Completely aware. My wife helped me with that, and then I've been in and out of therapy, making sure, figuring this shit out.
How'd your wife help you?
She just, how did she help me? That's a great question. Just being there for me and talking about the shit. Like she would acknowledge the craziness going around. Like, this is pretty fucking crazy, right? Yeah. And then we just, we'd start talking and stuff.
Especially when she comes from kind of a happy
blue collar family.
Blue collar thing.
I mean, she would probably tell you she had her own issues growing up, but I kind of laugh at it,
right?
Because of the, but that's not fair. But how I grew up and how she grew up, I think is,
See, that's what I mean. Like,
but she would probably argue that point. I think everyone would argue that point. Like, well, fuck, we had it bad too, and this is what happened to us, right?
Yeah, I think there's a difference. Like I said, in my whole neighborhood, everybody got whacked, but we took it because it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
There wasn't any fear. It's like I got to be home by 5. We're still playing ball. I'll go home late and take a fucking smack on my way in, and that'll be it.
Right.
And my thing was always just go down. Just hit the floor, whatever happens. And I did that with my parents. I did it with cops. When a cop would start to fucking hit when we were kids,
go right down.
I would fucking go down. My old man used to call me the bad actor because if he gave me a smack, I'd go over the fucking table. Nice. Like, oh, Jesus, so down. I would come up. It was a very wrestling move. I was just kind of acting like I was shaking it off and then go back down again.
That's funny, man.
And the same thing. If the cops start to fucking swing at people, just go down.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, shit. Fuck, what did I do? Hurt that kid?
Hey, Ronnie, you ever had your mom come on and get you and start smacking the shit out of you outside?
In the fucking street?
Yeah, and then pull your ass in and slapping you and you go
in front of your friends?
Yeah.
So she humiliated you in front of the whole neighborhood.
But we were accustomed to it because
that seems more normal.
Yeah,
I think.
I've
heard a lot of those type of stories.
Oh,
before.
Mars got in trouble, no big deal, and then Willie might get in trouble tomorrow. We always
That's your penis, Willie. I understand. What did he do?
Yeah. Mars talked about him in third person. That's funny.
Willie got me in trouble again.
I'm trying to explain my situation a little bit to Ronnie here. I don't know if I'm fully explaining it.
Hey,
there was always like a sadness. There was always like a black cloud. There was always an issue over just dumb stuff. No one really acted up. Just normal acting up in our family. But it was always just an extremely big deal. If he came home a little drunk or something at 17, 18, normal shit like that. It would just be just horrendous. A lot of just yelling and screaming. And my dad, great guy, but would just sit there and just kind of allow her to run the household like this, Everything was a big fucking deal. It's the only way I could explain it. Just dumb shit that might have been a quick little, 2-minute thing, like don't do that or clean your room, became this over-the-top fucking thing.
See, the weird thing is Fez had the same thing where his dad was passive
Right.
and his mom was aggressive, and you saw how he turned out.
Right.
So you've already, every time that he You know, if something comes up, it'll always go back to, well, then my mom, and I'm like, well, your mom isn't fucking here now.
No, yeah,
Put it behind you.
I'm just saying that it doesn't bother me to the level it used to, for many years now. I'm just bringing it up because it's the discussion today.
No, but I think the weirdest thing about it, and people don't normally talk about this, but the thing that hurts the most is not being loved. And when you're not loved enough
Right.
when you're a kid, then that makes you feel like you're unlovable, and then you spend the rest
right.
of your life you can't accept and give love.
All right, here's the weird thing, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the air. I was completely loved by my mom. Completely. She just had a weird way of fucking showing it.
All right, see that?
I have no doubt that my mom, to this day, loves the shit out of me.
But then
and
that
my
takes
dad.
you that, what does love even mean? What the hell is it? If it's love, how come it can be so explosive
Right.
a little while later? You know what I
Right.
mean? And that adds to our fucking confusion.
Right.
That's why we go through life
Yeah. But
fucking not acting the way we should act.
Yeah. That's a good point, you know? But I have no doubt I was loved.
Right.
You know, she would always try to do the right thing, but she just had her own issues that always got in the fucking way. You know, but I mean, Christmas was beyond amazing. Her birthday, she fucking cooked every night a meal, and we all sat down. She really did fucking try, abso-fucking-lutely. But then would just fly off the handle over the dumbest shit all the fucking time. And that's the lesson I learned, because for many years that's what I did. Obviously, everyone knows. But it's been a few years now where I don't do that shit anymore. I realize how stupid that is and how it actually hurts you in the end.
So the same way would be for you, like if things didn't work out perfect. then they would stop,
Everyone
it
knows
was
you can
destroyed.
fucking pull a million fucking clips of me losing my fucking mind. And a lot of times I had a good point to make, but when you're yelling and screaming and flying off the handle, no one's going to listen to you. They're going to obviously look at you like you're a fucking idiot. You're an asshole. You're a dick. You're a lunatic. Right? Mm-hmm. So I purposely try not to yell that much. And it's been a few years now.
So you then become your dad instead of your mom. Then you're your
Oh,
dad.
God.
And
Well-
you let all this stuff go on, but inside.
No,
like,
I try to like just handle it from a different angle. I'm not giving up on like my feelings and you know, things I want to express, but instead of yelling and screaming it, I'm trying to find another way.
Well, your wife
A
doesn't
higher
yell either, though.
intelligence.
She doesn't yell at the kid either.
No, there are times like I'll raise my voice in my house and she'll go, "Stop yelling." I'm like, "Wow, this is so not yelling." My definition of yelling is
Right.
so different, you know? Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's interesting how with you therapy works because you let it out. You know, and I don't.
It's just cool to talk about it. Like a lot of people, when they find a therapist, they're expecting some fucking magic cure from the person you're talking to, but really they're there just to really just listen. And let you just get it out. I mean, there's so many times when I'm sitting and talking to therapy, I go, "Holy fuck, that's why I do that." Like I have the realization. She's not telling me from a stupid textbook what's going on.
I think a good therapist shows up late like Judd Hirsch in Ordinary People. That's what a therapist does.
Yeah, because of the swimming. You know
call them
what
on
I
a
mean?
payphone, you remember something about Buck, and they show up for you.
Yeah, you saved yourself. But seriously, you had to.
But if you're if you
Buck
go
was weak.
if you go to
He
a
was.
therapist
You were the strong one.
if you go to a therapist and think she's gonna fucking lay out your plan for you, you're on the wrong path.
They're
man.
they ask questions that are smart.
They
like,
they kind of guide you a
navigate
little
you,
bit,
right.
right? But it's very subtle if you got a good one. Very subtle how they guide you with these little questions, and then you will you go with that thought or that question for a while.
Mars, are you thinking you couldn't even go?
No, I don't think speaking about it helps. Not me. I'm not the type. I'm not the type to talk about something.
That's
He thinks he's not white.
No.
yeah, that's silly.
No, it's reason being because
Everyone's the type to talk about what the fuck's going on in their lives.
okay, I can probably talk about it, but I'm saying the end result will still be the same. We didn't do anything. Nothing changed. I went through the experience.
No,
so
you'll
what?
change. You learn through this shit. You're supposed to change. You're not. The problem is a lot of people. Ronnie's. You're gonna nod your head. Ronnie knows. You know, you get in these situations with people in your life, and you waste so much fucking time waiting for them to change. That's not going to happen.
Right.
You're supposed to change. You're supposed to change how you handle that person.
But talking about it, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're an alpha male.
we
Because
talked
that's-
about it yesterday for the first time, and,
that
and it
was
was
you
cool.
feel
No, but
great.
it was different. It made you feel better. It was a relief.
That is possible, but I'm talking like with
She'll
relatives.
never change.
No, I know
But
that.
she affects you to this day. We saw it yesterday on this show. You had tears in your eyes. That was a big moment.
Did not. Nobody saw that.
But I'm
It's
just
okay.
saying.
It's okay,
Nobody
man.
saw that.
but it is okay.
Forget about her. She'll never fucking change. She'll always be that person.
I know that, but I'm just saying, speaking about it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't do anything for me because I've tried speaking about it with other people.
You speak about it with your wife?
Yes, in the past, but it doesn't do anything. I mean, it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me angrier. When I speak, what happened yesterday?
Sure,
here, I was getting fucking angry.
That's good, though.
Yeah,
What's wrong with
you're moving
that?
towards
What's
it.
so good about that?
Anger,
Getting
you have
it
to
out.
get beyond the anger's just a smokescreen, Mars. It's about hurt.
See, Jimmy
and pain
knows
and
too.
Feeling pain. Anger is just safe. That's a male. It's
That's
easy
easy.
for us. 'Cause
Anger's
we're-
easy.
We're in control when we're angry.
Jimmy's
it's
right
comfortable.
too, man.
And here's the transition. You're at the age now that it's time for you to start. The warrior has to go in a different place, and you go on, you become the wise man. You become the medicine man. This is what happened as we evolve, as we age. You don't want to stay in any one thing. That's why nobody likes a guy who's fucking 38 running around like he's 18.
Gotcha.
Okay? So you've created this warrior character. You wanted to protect yourself and the people around you. Now, slowly, surely, you move on to become about wisdom. And that's what you get from understanding yourself.
You get
All
some
right? And not
knowledge.
holding on to this shit.
You at least get knowledge. Why this happened and why maybe you do certain things.
And then maybe you can help somebody else who's got a problem. You're like, hey, I know what you're talking about. I went through this, and this is how I came out the other side. Right now, you're just stuck at that early part that you wouldn't deal with. Why? Why did this happen to me? What did I do? What did they do? Why? So you want to find that out, and you can move on.
I just think I'm good with it.
That's fine. That's up to you.
I think I'm good with it.
You're 47. You're wearing camouflage, Mars. That's enough. Oh, fucking enough.
See, you're still trying to hide.
That is true.
Are you hiding from your mom?
Yeah.
You think she's gonna pop up?
Yes.
She's gonna hide behind a bush or something?
You're like a Puerto Rican Clarice Starling.
Right. Camouflage. That says it all. You're still trying to blend in. Maybe she'll hit the bush instead of you.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I want to make that point again. Really, I mean, the people around you that cause all this strife, they're never gonna fucking change. Yeah, I know that. You have to fucking change how you deal with that shit. And I didn't know that for many fucking years. Trust me, many fucking years. And as soon as I learned that lesson, it made things a lot easier.
I don't deal with them. I cut them off.
Like, have you though?
I've been trying again. They don't visit me that often. They're not around me that often. Trust me, that's how I've dealt with it. I just like a cancer. Just take the shit out, cut it off, man. Don't have to look back. Doesn't hurt.
I believe all of it except for the last part.
It hurts where I didn't get the love from my fucking father and mother the way I should have, like the way I love my kids. I mean, sometimes, yeah, that brings the tears to my eyes. But
So if it still affects you, like when you talk about it, or if you still get really surprisingly angry at it, that means it's in there. It's almost like, you don't realize all these little poisonous things are buried, and then when they start to fucking seep out, they didn't just get in there. They've been in there the whole time. So that's what therapy does. It kind of gets rid of them. Because they kind of, I think, affect us in ways that we never know. They help us make decisions that we never realize they're helping us make. That's the advantage of it.
Subconsciously, right?
Yeah,
You
it
don't
doesn't
even
mean that
realize.
you're weighed down by it all the time. Of course not.
I guess so. When it creeps up, I smoke a bowl, and I'm fine.
And again, that probably helps too.
It does.
Let the record show Troy Kwan said enough of this shit and left the studio.
Yeah, he's not trying to hear this pussy talking.
It-
right.
He's like, fuck
That's
this
right.
pussy talk. I was ready to take a hot
right.
spatula for you guys.
But then he just stood there.
Yeah,
What goes on, Mars?
Oh my God! I thought I put it on vibrate.
he didn't.
Oh, Mars.
Why
It's louder than ever.
is that a different ring than the ocean?
Because that's my daughter.
So she's a little more manic than the other person. they
Freaking
called.
out.
Yeah. Daddy, are you okay? You okay, Daddy? You sound pathetic on the radio.
Daddy, how long am I going to be in the closet? Locked in this closet? Can I come out?
He's doing stuff with his kids. He's teaching them to make zip guns. It's the old Puerto Rican way. Everybody's in the garage together. It's so much fun.
I'm just amazed about that chair thing when there's so many other things you could use for that dumb game.
No, because you know what else we used? We used poker chips. You take poker
What's
chips.
that?
Wait. You put poker chips in you.
You're telling him to wait? Are you crazy?
You take three, right?
Three what?
3 poker chips.
What's that?
You take your bubble gum. You stick a bubble gum, baseball bubble gum when it came with the baseball cards.
Right.
Take that gum and chew it up real nice, getting the good saliva up, and put it in between the poker chips so they
that?
can stick together. So there's 2 sticks of gums, 3 poker chips. So now I got this little thing like this,
Look,
and I
Look.
scully away.
look, man.
What?
I didn't grow up with a lot of money, but we didn't have to fucking chew bubble gum to make toys.
Let me tell you something. That was a white
Did
kid
you have
that
to
taught
chew
me.
bubble gum to fucking make your toys, Ronnie B? Of course not.
Come on. You never did shit like that?
No. If we went to play baseball,
Sam?
we had to gargle with flan. What?
Right. That sounds nice, actually. That sounds like something I wouldn't mind. Nice flan.
Never a fan of the flan.
It stinks.
Nah, I don't like
Flan's
flan.
atrocious.
Not a fan.
No, it's awful. It just tastes wet.
It's phlegmy.
Like it was like you left it in the sink. Why's my pound cake wet? It stinks.
All right. Are we done with this shit?
I hope I'm good to go.
Pussy hour over. Everybody stopped their fucking sobbing. Well, Sam wants to tell a story about one time his dad stopped a check when he was on his way to the fucking Westchester Mall. Damn it, Samuel!
Sam's got his issues. We just haven't been able to get him out of them yet.
I'm good.
The signs are there.
I'm all right. I mean, I had a wonderful childhood.
He went and cooked soup and make a salad for his wife the other night.
Because he's self-centered. Sam's a good guy, but he's selfish and extreme.
Ronnie, she calls him and goes, "Look, I'm a little late, at work. So could you start dinner?" And dinner at their house is soup and a bag of lettuce, and he wouldn't start dinner.
I didn't want to. Eventually, I did.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Why would I want to? It doesn't sound like a fun thing.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta do things for the person you decided to spend the rest of your life with.
That's what I said. Eventually, but I tried to be like, no. And
Doesn't she do nice things for you
all the time?
Do you do nice things for her?
Yesterday, I bought her a potato. So she wanted a baked potato. She got home. I mean, she baked it. I didn't bake the
But
potato.
to you, that's a big
You
deal.
bought a single potato at the store?
I bought two because I got one for me too. Of
course. Did you wrap hers or did you just put a little bow on it?
But to Sam, that's a big deal that he did.
Sure.
Well, she came home.
Anyone
and
else, that's a
By the
throwaway.
way,
Oh, you want a
everything
potato?
they eat seems
Sure.
to be an appetizer. It's a potato. It's a salad.
Yeah.
It's a soup. When are you going to make it the entrees of that family?
We're a simple people.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And he gave her an A&P gift card for Christmas. $50.
What's
right.
tonight? Basket of bread? What are you having?
Throw some cheese on that at least.
Garlic knots.
Yeah, we'll get Sam. One of these days we'll get Sam. We'll get you good.
Nah, you're getting a lot out of me.
We'll get you good.
Keep working.
He's a very simple man. Well, he's
I
not
am.
too-
I'm not complicated.
Sam's an OCD idiot.
Right.
That's accurate too.
Why are the best radio guys like weirdos, man?
I think everybody's a weirdo, and only radio guys fucking
Are allowed
eventually
to
get around
fucking do this?
to admit it. Yeah, but
You think?
I do think that the whole concept of normal.
Yeah.
It's like almost the same way they lied to us about Santa Claus and Jesus. They also lied about normal. So we thought like there's a regular life, but it's really just fucked up.
Yeah.
People that you've ever met. But the best people I've ever met are the people who realize that and then go on. That's why like fucking ex-addicts and ex-alcoholics are so much fucking cooler than people who never had any problems. Because they or act like they've had any problems because they've worked through them,
Right.
and they can sit around and talk with you.
And yeah, you're comfortable kind of exposing it and talking about it instead of hiding it and,
Right.
I'm learning something today because over the years we talk about the greatest comics are the ones that are fucked up. I've always thought the best radio guys had a little fucked up shit going on in their lives, and you're trying to tell me that's
No, I think fucked up works, but then you got to walk through it. You
Right.
can't stay in that spot.
Oh, of course not.
You can't stay in that spot.
What happens if you stay in that spot? Besides the obvious death shit, if you're an addict.
Yeah, I mean, you really become an annoying fucking person. You really are unpleasant.
asshole.
Yeah, you are unpleasant, and you basically say stupid. And that's like what the addicts do is like, I was stupid for a long time. Let's go back and take a look at it, blah, blah, blah. And now my life isn't so great, but it isn't because I'm doing this anymore, It's Sam's thing of, I'm going to act like I don't love my wife. Isn't that kind of funny?
I
maybe
treat my
I'll
wife
do that.
very well.
You just said you wouldn't start a fucking dinner for
Well, I
her.
didn't want to, in that moment, I probably could have.
What were you
behaved a
doing that
little
was
better.
more important than opening up a can of soup?
I absolutely wasn't doing anything.
Just
I
sitting
mean,
on the couch.
that wasn't the issue. Yeah, that wasn't.
What was the issue? I really.
I was probably playing
All kidding
on
aside, what was the issue?
taking a shower. I just didn't want to do that at that moment, so
Why?
I said no.
You dump it into a pot. You put it on real low if you're doing a shower.
But I was gonna have to
simmer.
Figured I was
Yeah, a
gonna have to
little simmer.
stir
Simmer.
it.
Well, you said no, but then you kind of deep down knew that you'd do it. It's kind of like probably when you grew up, like your mother would say no to you about something, but then she'd always surprise you by doing it, so you kind of like that feeling?
No, when they would
Okay.
say no, it wouldn't happen. But no, I mean I knew I would do it. I just said no.
you
were
play
you
the mommy
annoyed?
game. You play the mommy game with your chick all the time.
What's the mommy game?
Well, you act like you're the bad boy, and you need her to get you stuff, and
Is she your-
that's the thing that you have. You kind of mommy her up a little bit.
I don't think so.
Are you hoping she's your new mommy?
No, that I'm not. I don't need that in my life at all.
What about kids for you? No.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe in 2-3 years.
What's your big concern there?
I don't have any money.
But the other concern, the one that you're
That
not
doesn't-
saying.
That's the only kids. I mean,
That doesn't stop anyone else, by the way.
it should stop.
Yeah, you
some
will never
people.
have enough money for kids. It just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You just at a fucking certain point, you're just like, I'm going to
Well,
do it anyway.
It's money, and it's also. I mean, I don't have any career stability right now. I'd like a little more of that. You know.
But what are you concerned about with the kids?
What do you mean?
It's the hair going down another fucking generation. You don't have to pick that hair out. Could you imagine you and your chick have to sit there every day and try to fucking
God.
pick that hair? That would
so
be fucking horrific.
Because she's got curly hair too. Not as
Yeah.
curly as mine, but
Yeah, your kid's gonna have wild
Oh,
hair.
it's going to
Yeah.
look like Juan Epstein.
It's gonna be-
she saw like a mixed, like albino looking kid in the mall with a giant bleach blonde afro, and got freaked out because she was like,
I imagine.
"That's what our kids are gonna look like."
How are you gonna get blonde hair out of you two?
Oh, it's probably not blonde, but it'll be,
I won't even be even light.
No, I think it'll be dark. However,
Unless
very
it's
curly.
an albino.
If it's albino, then it'll definitely be light.
Man, those albinos will take you back every time. Holy fuck! I saw one in Time Warner during Christmas. I fucking started following them around. I was like, I felt like it was like
Yeah.
an exotic creature.
Hey,
Is that bad to say?
No.
You were following him?
I
mean,
absolutely
it's
was following them. I was amazed by this.
It is out of the norm.
Completely out of the norm. You don't see many.
No.
I saw the weirdest thing is a black albino kid. I saw him in Mississippi when I was a little kid, and I've never. It was like our car was pulling up, and the kid ran in front of the car, and the lights hit him. It was like, and to this day, that fucking memory comes back. I just see these pink eyes, and this. It was like Sam's hair, but
Right.
fucking white, black person, but really pale and white.
Right.
That's my fucking Silence of the Lambs moment. It just comes back no matter what happens.
Oh, you saw a rat person or something.
It was
right?
fucking phenomenal, and now I'm
fucking-
always on the lookout for black albinos.
Let's just Google it.
I want to see it in real life.
Yeah,
I wanna
that's too
fucking
easy,
explore
right?
Bring
it.
one on the show.
I want to come up. I want to come up on it in the wild again. I want to repeat that
In its
shock.
natural habitat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shock.
It's like being on safari.
Yeah, that was my favorite clip from yesterday. That one popped up online, and
That one's everywhere.
man,
that
really
clip's
funny.
everywhere.
yeah, that's a good one. It had all the features, is what it had. It had the mouthy bitch, it had the tasering, it had the little fucking crazy ass doomed children.
You gay. That's why you gay.
You gay! You gay! You gay! How ironic that Sal just walked in. Sorry, Sal.
We gotta be nice to Sal.
I like
Why?
Sal.
Do we?
Well, we spent 2 days talking about how our upbringings brought some mental and physical abuse, and I heard through Mars that Sal had some issues when he was growing up as well.
What?
You shared a story with Mars, I hear.
What is this?
story was this?
Well, maybe Mars could come in.
You shared a story because
About your grandma?
What did I miss?
My grandma.
What did I miss? Here comes Mars. Here comes Mars.
I told him that this morning. I'm
Let,
sorry.
Mars-
It was a
Mars-
few days ago. So I don't think what it was.
Now, Ann, you missed the last couple of days, and
Yes,
Mars,
yes.
Mars took a hot spatula to his hands at 9 years old.
Oh man,
Hot, oily spatula.
what happened there?
And then his mom at when Mars was 12 decided they were going to fist fight. And then there was a
Wow,
time that
that's
Mars got his head stuck under an old school stereo, and his mom beat the shit out of him.
Oh,
Yeah, some great stories from Mars the last couple.
He
of
was
days.
under the fucking thing, and his mother was just yelling, "You gay! You gay! That's why you gay! That's why you gay! That's why you gay!"
And we also learned Mars's mom didn't like using bathrooms, so she had like a piss thing.
Yeah.
Almost like a bedpan-y thing. And instead of getting up and going 20 feet, she would pee on the side of the bed.
All right,
into
that's
this
fucking
thing.
disgusting.
Bennington raised a good point, though. Ron raised a good point about how they might have raised an area with, not a good bathroom situation. I was thinking maybe the father would rape her in the middle of the night, but that might not be it.
Oh, well, maybe.
And
I
then,
assume that for everything.
And Mars, what happened? Then Sal decided, man, you know what? I can relate to the shit that went down with you.
Yeah, Sal shared a story with me this morning about the piss pot, and he's got something in reference to his grandmother, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she didn't do it to me. That's why you were saying abuse to me. It didn't happen. It was just that what would be my great grandmother, like my grandmother's grandmother.
It's like slave time.
Yeah, back in the old country, she would like piss
Don't call her
in
that.
Yeah, she would piss in like a chamber pot of some sort.
She'd
And like when my grandmother was behaving badly, she would like flick piss at her and shit like that.
Norton pays for that.
Yeah.
Wait, your grandmother would get piss flicked at her by your great grandmother?
By her grandmother. Yeah, it was fucking weird back then. With
She
that sort of
pissed in a
abuse.
pot.
Yeah.
And then
At least she had one.
Yeah.
And then she would dip her fucking hand in there and
Yeah, she
flick
would
it
like
at-
dip her hand in it and then like flick it at him, like kind of like,
Oh, God
Yeah.
damn.
It's
just gross.
But how does that relate to you
Oh,
sucking cock?
1800s. Was that 1800s?
No, that would be
How could you have a great
mid 40s, I guess.
What?
1940s.
Why your grandmother's?
My grandmother's
great-
grandmother.
Your
Was it-
No, your
grandmother's
grandmother wasn't around in 1940. I
Wait.
know you're younger than us. That's
Hold on a minute.
impossible.
My grandmother was born roughly, I think, 43, 44, so I'm assuming it would be late 40s.
So her grandmother might have been old then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her grandmother was probably old.
Wait,
Yeah.
my grandma, you said, was born
His grandmother is not, and the pig cunt great.
when? Wait, but there's still two generations there. So wait, 1940, your grandmother was born?
Correct. This was the lady who was getting the piss flicked
okay.
at.
Right. All right. I
And this
can
is
see it.
her grandmother.
But
Yeah, so
and
that means she was
woman
born
old.
in the late 1800s.
Right, that lady was
yeah,
probably
she was
born
alive
like,
in the 40s.
Right.
Yeah, that lady would probably be, I'd say, late 1800s. Yeah. Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
so that bitch was flicking piss in the 40s.
Yeah, flicking
when your
piss.
grandmother was in her 5 or 6 or 8
Why
years
don't you have a
old.
little piss, sweetie?
Yeah, I'll teach you to
Yeah.
misbehave. Why don't you
Look at
take some
you.
of this? A little flickaroo.
Yeah, so when Mars told me
You've
that
been a bad
story,
girl.
One time I flicked a Negro for touching a lemon candy. Lemon
Odd thing to be touching.
Wow, that's kind of fucked up.
So Sal's way of relating to Mars's abuse.
Yeah.
Talk about the abuse. Did his grandmother suffer?
somebody-
it wasn't
From
me relating. It
her
just reminded me of the
grandmother?
story.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
That's not relating.
I think as
That's not
far
at
as
all.
suffering in
said
the
I did.
40s go, I think there's a few other people that might have suffered a bit more than having a little piss flicked at
That's
them.
right,
Yeah.
Red Sox fans.
Exactly.
Mars, was he trying to relate to you, you think?
No, he just said that it reminded him of that the piss pot thing and brought back some flashbacks of that story. That's
Did you let him know that it wasn't at all relatable?
Getting the shit kicked out of you by your mom because your head was stuck under an old stereo?
Your mom coming home, you coming home, and your mom saying, "Put your dukes up" is not.
We're
the
going to
same
fight
as-
today?
Yes. Did you tell him that because of your traumatic childhood, you bought boots that look like Smucker's jars? Is that why?
Wait, lift up your boot. I got to see now.
His stupid Smucker's boots.
They're Timberlands.
They're Timberlands.
They're Timberlands.
Oh, some Payless shits. Those aren't Timberlands. Ghetto ass boots.
Oh, man.
They're caterpillars. My bad.
Caterpillars. That's some Payless. bullshit.
Exactly, caterpillars.
Bought
Then
your
put
shit
them on
at
a
grocery store.
Wait.
Oh. They're good for stomping sows. See, 'cause-
Yeah, I got it.
Oh.
He says he's not gay.
What?
For the record, Sal
You
says
said
he's not
that?
gay. Yeah.
Yes, I am not.
Oh my, that's weird.
God damn.
Everyone
Yeah.
looks-
Say that.
Everyone looks away.
I don't mind if
Uncomfortably.
Sal's gay. I don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
I don't
I like
care.
Sal.
Sal's gay.
No, I know we don't mind if he's gay. We just get weirded out when he.
I don't
says
care if he
isn't.
grabs a penis and balls like a fife.
Yeah.
Those kids in Atlanta might mind, but we don't.
You gay.
Yeah,
You can't come with a girl.
Can we do?
that's why you gay.
That's why you gay.
Can we do gay experiments with you to make sure
I
you're
think.
not?
Yeah, I think we're doing that for the.
He is
gay
fluffing
off?
the gay off
Yeah.
entertainer.